Cool. Oh my god, yes, Wes. The jail cell. Alrighty then. So, we're back to the lodgings of Mr. Garadeb, where Saseki is staying. It's called the Hauntings Lodgings. Saseki says the lodgings is cursed. If you ever met Saseki, he's very, very anxious and he's over the top with everything. But he's constantly being accused of being murdering someone. So he's the main suspect of having his friend being poisoned from tea. But the thing is, William Shamspeare, the victim, is not dead. We thought he was dead, but then he came back to life. I know there are poisons that would make you temporarily dead or temporarily stop your heart. So I don't know if that's the same thing, but we don't know if he was actually dead or he was just unconscious and somebody forgot to check his pulse. But so we're just going to see what is happening. It's very exciting. Oh, wait, are we on a trial? I thought we were part 2 investigation. Okay. We're on a trial, Don't worry, I am almost finished with my lunch. All the munching and crunching. Alright, 22nd of February, 9:23 a.m. No, I just had an epic food coma. It was very weird. There was a bar of soap in front of him. It was like, maybe he ate that. And like, would he really eat soap? Also, the soap did not look like soap. It looked like a block of cheese. So, I don't know. I don't know what is happening. We did the deductions with Mr. Sherlock Holmes. Food coma. If it's like so much cheese and crackers, I would be in an instant food coma. I cannot get enough of cheese. The Old Bailey defendant's antechamber. I said that right. The Old Bailey. This place always makes me feel strange. Oh yeah, and Rianuske is not lawyering anymore. This also shows why he's not lawyering anymore. So let's hope of why that is. Same, cheese always goes on for way too long. I love cheese. Like, I was away to France with my boyfriend and his parents, and we had a raclette. And for people who do not know what raclette is, it's like a cooking utensil, and that it heats up, and you get like little trays to put like square of cheese, and you melt the cheese and you pour it into like whatever foods you have, like salads and meats and stuff, and it's just so good. But oh, so filling. And then you get like we had like a fondues. The cheese goes a long way with fondues. Oh, and I forgot what it's called, but it's like cheese, potato and bacon, like in a bake. It begins with T, but that is also so good. I really love that. I'm just finishing this food. Now I'm in a food coma. Alright, let's go. I seem to get chills down my spine and break out in a nervous sweat all at the same time. Well, that's not good. It's not good, Rianuske. Well, I didn't think I'd be back here so soon. That's my line! Oh, there's Soseki. There he is. The twitchy man. Hasselback potatoes? No. Let me have a look. Is it... French dish... No, it's not coq au vin. With potatoes, bacon and cheese. A tartiflette. A tartiflette. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Yes, a tartiflette. That is it. Sorry, I had to Google. Yes, a tartiflette. Yes, it's so good. Except the tartiflette I had is with blue cheese, not with normal cheese, but it's still so good. Good morning! Good morning, Mr. Natsume. This is Soseki Natsume. It was only 2 days ago that I was declared not guilty here. Yes, we somehow managed to prove he didn't stab Miss Green in the back. Oh, this was for the last case that he was in. So the last case that happened, not the last case, but like the last case evolving around him. There was a knife that stabbed a passing by woman on the back, but luckily she didn't die. She was unconscious. And she just regained consciousness around this case. And it turned out that Soseki wasn't the one that stabbed her in the back. The knife was thrown out of the lodgings in the middle of a spouse fight, and it landed on her when she bent down to pick up a book. Of all the luck, like that's scary. But now this is the one about the guy who got poisoned. Another morning, another murder, and here I am again in this hellhole. Can't keep coming to court. I'm beginning to think he's right. It really does seem as though he's cursed. Mr. Naruhodo, I'm afraid I have bad news. Oh. Mr. Natsume, good morning. Yes, morning. So here we are again. I love Susato. Susato is just precious. Yes, again. Who do you guys prefer, Maya or Susato? Susato. Honestly, I love Maya. She was an absolute precious sweetheart, but she can be a bit much. I love Susato elegancy and excitement with Sherlock Holmes' stories. I find her so precious. Well, this is awkward. Should I be quiet too? Judicial Assistant, Miss Mikotoba Esquire, so what's the bad news? Yeah, I was gonna say. Oh dear, you heard, did you? Oh, so it involves him? If you come in shouting at the top of your voice, people can't help hearing what you say. I mean, he's not wrong. Oh, I am so sorry. You've done nothing wrong, Mr. Sato. Now, what is it? Oh dear. The music's gone quiet. Something's bad. What's going to happen? Well, it seems that the prosecution in today's trial is the Reaper. Will be led by Lord Barak van Zeeks. Great! I love that. That's so good. Van Zeeks. Oh no, great. He's a prosecutor with a knife, with a glass of red wine. This is him, the so-called Reaper of the Bailey, the most legendary prosecutor in the land. In the trial 2 days ago, he pursued Soseki-san and I relentlessly. Of course, by the skin of our teeth, We managed to pull through, but still. Perhaps Mr. Natsume's acquittal in the last trial wasn't the end of the matter after all. Yes, I know what you're thinking. The legend of the Reaper that says, nothing can save a person in the dock when Lord Van Zeeks is the prosecutor. Oh no. That even if that person is found not guilty, the accused will meet a mysterious end one way or another. And we've experienced it firsthand. Oh, the fire! A man we successfully defended met the most terrifying end after his acquittal, right here in the Old Bailey. Yeah, so we defended Mr. McGilded, and then he got trapped inside the omnibus that was set on fire! Do I have to put up with those ice-cold eyes boring into my soul again? He does have ice-cold eyes. Cursed by evil spirits, and now by the Reaper! Pair of petrifying pebbles, potentially! I hate it when he does that. He scares me to death. Well, if it's potentially... At least you appear to have hope, Mr. Natsume. Locum student, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. Yes? I'm innocent. You have to believe me. Yes, we know you're innocent, but you appear not innocent, if that makes sense. You more than anyone now. Don't worry. I'll be your steadfast ally every step of the way in this battle. I promise. And this promises to be a hard battle, I fear. Oh dear. Well? The trial is scheduled to begin shortly. We should move into the courtroom. Yay. Let's go. Ooh, I wonder who the jury is. I wonder if Mr. Garadeb will be jury again. Oh yes, I forgot to say. I'm afraid he won't be able to make it. Mr. Sholmes, I mean. Aww. I want him to come. That's probably for the best. What? No. He makes everything better. Oh? If he were here, I might be tempted to rely on his help. And that could be seen as a weakness. If Lord Van Zeeks were to notice, he'll prey on it mercilessly. At least, that's my gut feeling. Ooh, he knows his enemy now. Good on you, Inosuke. Mr. Naruhodo. You're right. Yes, you're so right. Of course he would agree. Saseki hates Sherlock Holmes because Sherlock Holmes is the one that put him in jail for the first crime. Silly. Oh, well said, locum student, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. Well said. I swear on this sword at my side and on the spirit of Kazuma that it Oh no, this is not Saseki speaking. Let me say that again. I swear on this sword at my side and on the spirit of Kazuma that it harbors. I'll show him what a Japanese lawyer could do. I'll set you free with honor. Yes. Oh yes. Are we ready? Are we ready to get properly fucked by Lord Van Zeeks? Let's go! 22nd of February, 9:40 a.m. The Old Bailey courtroom. Okay. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. Oh my god, it's weird to hear the Queen, isn't it? I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed. The prosecution is ready. The defense is ready, my lord. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Readiness for the trial, my learned Nipponese friend, is not what the defense needs. What you need is a readiness for your inevitable defeat. Look, Nesuke's like, oh dear God, not this again. It's not just in my imagination, it's really there. Lord Van Zeeks has such an animosity towards us Japanese for some reason. Yeah. Wait, you've only just noticed that? Yeah, I hate it. Why does he have an animosity? I wonder if we're going to learn about Lord Van Zeeks along through the game. It was some time ago now that he first became known as the Reaper of the Bailey, I believe. These past few years, he hasn't appeared in court at all. So, what? He only comes in court just to go against us? Yet now he's back in the courtroom, though for some reason, only when I'm defending. Yeah, funny that. This Reaper, with his curious disdain for us Japanese, is a prosecutor shrouded in mystery. I wonder if he's like the ancestor of Miles Edgeworth. He does look a tiny bit like Miles Edgeworth, you know. This was set before Phoenix Wright. Still, this isn't the time to be pondering that. I have to concentrate on Saseki-san's trial. Furthermore, I now call upon the 6 ladies and gentlemen of the jury. I love the jury. The mechanic in this, I do absolutely love. I love the deduction mechanic, and I really love the jury mechanic. You have been chosen at random to represent the will of the people in this trial. Are you ready to fulfill your duty? Absolutely. I had a feeling this larrikin wasn't innocent before. I must say that I feel especially ruthless on days when my hat refuses to sit right. Oh, well, I rather like how you're wearing your hat. I think the ruthless look is very fetching, actually. Ooh, you're new? Hello. Oh my God. We haven't met her before. She's got that regal look about her. She kind of... She's got that... I wonder what she does sound like. She kind of looks like Maggie Smith if Maggie Smith was in her 20s. She's got that kind of like, that regal, respectful look. I don't know, what's she going to sound like? I need to be somewhere at 10 o'clock. I have a very important meeting. Let's make this quick. I couldn't agree more. I need to take home 5 bob tonight or the missus will go through the roof. May the Lord show us all the light here and lead his flock to a righteous verdict. Okay, so I recognise all the jury members apart from one. Very interesting. The British jury system is so very different to our own, isn't it? It's quite extraordinary to think that the power of judgment is in the hands of 6 members of the public, and that the judge can only pass sentence when all jurors are in agreement about the defendant's guilt. They're all ready, it looks like. 6 citizens of London, chosen at random, or at least that's the idea. The prosecution would draw attention to the fact that the accused was on trial here but 2 days ago. Accordingly, where possible, the same jurors have been asked to return for duty today. Wait, what? No, they're not. Those aren't the same jurors. No, I mean, two of them are. They're not the same. One of them I haven't met before. The one with the feathered fan. I have not met. That is lies. That is lies and slander. Very well, let us commence the trial. Lord Van Zeeks, Your opening statement, please. Katzen! Hello, lovely. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Here, let me give you a shout out, lovely. How are things? I hope you are well. There you go. I have spelt your name wrong. Please excuse me. Katzen 15. Let's try that again. There we go. I knew that you were streaming Disney Dreamlight Valley. How's it going? I'm doing good. Setting up a game for later. Nice. Are you going to be streaming Disney Dreamlight Valley? I was hoping to stream Disney Dreamlight Valley this week, but the update didn't come. The update is not until around Valentine's Day. Very sad, but does make sense. In the beginning of stream. Nice. Are you catching up with the update? Have you become friends with Stitch yet? Isn't Stitch so cute? But yes, welcome to the stream. We are playing the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, which is an interactive murder mystery game. Have you played Ace Attorney before? Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it is not the intent of the prosecution to cast doubt over your past decision. I have everywhere, I just need to level up their friendship. Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, I think I'm on top of all the friendships. I think I'm friends with everyone. Stitch was a pain. Even though I love Stitch, don't get me wrong, he was kind of a pain to... No, he was fine, actually. He was fine. Who was pain to be friends with? I think it was Buzz Lightyear. It took me, like, about 3 days to complete his last quest. But I was so happy that they brought in Wally's and Minnie's last quest with the update. I was so not happy that I couldn't complete it beforehand. But yeah, I hope we can be able to be friends with everyone. And now there's more people to be friends with in the next update. However, the innocent verdict afforded to this eccentric Nipponese before has had dire consequences. Did the accused repent for his wrongdoing in that affair? Far from it. Never played it, but it looks cool. I do really love it. I recommend... if you're thinking of playing it, I recommend the Phoenix Wright one first, just to get you into the swing of the game mechanics. And this is set in Victorian times, so this one has the same mechanics, but it adds more to the mechanics. But yeah, very, very good. Instead, he used his freedom to perpetrate a most blood-curdling crime, namely that of the attempted murder of his neighboring lodger, an innocent Englishman. To explain the circumstances of the crime, the prosecution calls its first witnesses to the stand. Who is it? The detective responsible for investigating the scene and the accused himself. Wait, what? Is he talking about Sherlock? Or Gregson? Oh. I got excited for a second there. Witnesses, your names and occupations, please. Yes, sir. I hate Gregson so much. Tobias Gregson, Detective Inspector at Scotland Yard's Homicide Division. Ah, Saseki Natsume from the Empire of Japan. My government ordered me to come here as a student to study your language and culture. Mr. Natsume. Yes, my lord, sir. I'm quite sure I'm not mistaken. That you swore an oath never to set foot in my courtroom again. Oh, yes, he did. I remember it as if it were yesterday. I mean, technically it was 2 days ago, so kind of yesterday. The day before, in fact, my lord, but close enough. God, does not make things any better. Believe me, this is the last place I want to be. Inspector, let's hear from you first. Explain the case for the court. Right to us, sir. Let's go, sir. Okay, so this is the crime scene. That is William Shamspeare, the victim. He was poisoned. The incident occurred at the Garaderba household, where the defendant has lodgings. In the ground floor room of the victim, Mr. William Shamspeare. That is him. The defendant has already admitted to visiting the victim on the night in question, which is Saseki. He went to visit him to debate about English literature, I presume, so they had tea together. But the strange evidence there was bars of soaps. Mr. Shamspeare collapsed in his room as a result of poisoning by... I do not know how to pronounce that poison. Strychnine? Strychnine? Am I pronouncing that right? Pronunciation. Strychnine! I was right.
Strychnine.
Strychnine. Okay. And strychnine is a tree. Oh. It's a poison fruit. The strychnine tree. Interesting. Okay, we're learning something new every day. Okay, so he was poisoned by strychnine, which is a poisonous plant. Alrighty then. He was found the following morning when the landlord, suspecting something was wrong, broke down the door. This means, I presume, that the door to the victim's room was locked at the time of the incident? Correct, my lord. It was locked from the inside, making entry to or exit from the room impossible. Oh, it was locked. Okay. Although the victim, Mr. Shamspeare, lives to tell tale, he very nearly didn't. The man was halfway to heaven when we first found him. He was. We all thought he was dead. He was reciting Macbeth. After he woke up, he was reciting Macbeth. I don't know if that means anything, because Macbeth is a tragedy. I was the first officer on the scene, my lord. And I have a photographic print here that I took at the time to show how it looked. May we see the photo? I see. Yes, a chilling scene indeed. The man looks very much deceased. An interesting thing, was he wearing a hat? Or did he just... I would not think that he would... He must have been wearing a hat while he was having tea, but I wouldn't be wearing a hat in my own home having tea. And I don't think he would be the kind of guy to throw the hat onto the floor. I feel like he would... I feel like he would put it on like a dummy or something, because he thinks of his costumes very highly. So I find that the hat on the floor to be very, very odd. Maybe I'm looking into it a bit too much. That's right. Everyone present believed that's exactly what he was. How far are you in this game? So this is case 7. So we finished the Chronicles are split into 2 parts. We've already finished the first part of the game, and now we're doing the second part. And this is the second case of the second part. And this case is the continuation from case 4. But if you wanted to like catch up, I do have a YouTube channel that I post like previous streams. Just in case you want to figure out what the hell is going on. Oh god, get off. Okay. So like, ha. Do 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 do. Very well. I shall accept this photographic print as evidence for the court. Okay, sir. Oh, well, we got the photo. The closely photograph has been entered into the court record. Oh, I did not read it! I will read it after this dialogue. Now then, Mr. Natsume. Yes, 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 yes. As a defendant, do you have anything to say at this juncture? They're haunted by evil spirits. Not something you would say in a courtroom, my dude. Particularly in Victorian times. Oh no. Good gracious, what's haunted? My lodgings! There's been a whole series of strange happenings in my lodgings. The tenant before me died in mysterious circumstances. A woman was stabbed by no one on the street outside. I mean, not technically by no one. The knife was thrown out the window by Mr. Garadeb's wife, so... Not technically by no one. My neighbor was poisoned, and me, what about me? Well, you became the main suspect twice, so... I've nearly been killed countless times. Well, you didn't mention that. Killed, Mr. Natsume? How? Even on that fateful night it happened, when I returned from Mr. Shamspeare's room. I lit my gas stove and climbed into bed, but before long, the stove went out. And somebody tried to kill me, but you didn't particularly specify who was Saseki. You must always extinguish all fires before retiring for the night, Mr. Natsume. But it's so cold, my runny nose would freeze. Yes, but you would end up being burned alive. The point is, I didn't poison my neighbor. Oh, why am I being accused of this? Why is my existence so cursed? Oh, I do feel really bad for him. I really do. Thank you, witnesses. I believe I have a reasonably clear picture of events. Really? Because I don't. If I could raise one more point, my lord. One more conclusive point. Conclusive. Go on. Fortunately, the victim, Mr. Shamspeare, has regained consciousness after his ordeal. So is he saying we should invite him as a witness? Interesting. And he has named the true culprit. Oh, really? Wait, what? The poison consumed by the victim was administered in a cup of tea that he drank on the night in question. tea, my lord, that was brought to the victim's room by the accused. Oh, shit. So it wasn't his tea, it was Soseki's tea. The accused? Good grief. Soseki, you might want to tell us that you the one who brought the tea into the room? Order! Yes, that's the crux of this whole case. If Soseki's-san is innocent, then why? Why has the victim accused him? Well, Mr. Natsume, what have you to say to this accusation? That evening, yes, I did take some freshly brewed tea with me when I visited Mr. Shamsby's room as a gift. But where did you get it? The public water pub outside always freezes at night, so I bought bottled water especially to make it. And this is the result. Never will I touch tea again. Never. It is kind of scary to think that you could easily make tea with poison leaves. And you wouldn't know. That's scary. The public pump was frozen, you say? That's not information we've heard before. No, it isn't. It would be nice to know. That'll do. Thank you. Now, according to our laws, the defense must have the opportunity to cross-examine witnesses at least once. Therefore, I call upon these witnesses now for formal testimony. I presume the prosecution has no objection? None whatsoever, my lord. So smug. Such a smug bastard. Good, then you will give your account of events on the night in question to the court now. Come on, we need to hear it. Yes, my lord. I wish he stopped clenching his teeth like that. It's so weird. All right, the catastrophic night. I'm going to have a swig of tea and then we're ready. All right, let's go. The catastrophic night, lads, ladies, and lovelies. Let's go. It was around 9 o'clock that evening when I visited my neighbour, and I took some tea with me as a gift. We had a heated literary debate over a nice hot drink, after which I went back to my room at around 11. I take it he was still alive then. How long does the poison takes into effect? I wonder. What's the poison called again? Strychnine. Interesting. The poisonous derivatives of the tree are seeds and bark. However, toxic alkaloids may be found in the entire plant. It doesn't say how long the poison will take. Okay, so I presume that he was alive and well when Soseki was has left the room. My tea was completely harmless. He couldn't have locked the door behind me otherwise, could he? Strychnine takes some time to have an effect on the body. People don't keel over immediately after taking it. Okay. So it takes time for the body to absorb it. The victim would have been perfectly able to lock the door after his guest left. The argument still stands. And I presume he locked the door because it was 11 p.m. and that he would want some privacy. That's fair enough. Okay. Yes, I see. It all seems relatively straightforward. Excuse me, but that testimony does one raise a rather crucial point, I think. Mr. Natsume claims his tea to have been harmless. Presumably, though. The teacups have been examined for traces of the poison. haven't they? Oh, Susato! Oh, she's clever. I would not think about the teacups. We just assume about the tea. Why didn't I think of that? None of us thought of that. Oh, God. Well, as it happens, no. We haven't been able to. Then go do it now, then. Oh, my God, why did we think of that? If the tea is harmless, why not the teacups? Did I hear you correctly, Inspector? Scotland Yard has failed to examine the suspect substance. How could you have overlooked something so important? Isn't that the first thing you should have done? But to test everything. Yes, my learned Nipponese friend is falsely incensed. The inspector said Scotland Yard was unable to examine the tea, not that it was overlooked. Unable? Why? Yeah, I'm curious why too. It's simple enough. There was none left, not a drop. Eh? Someone must have been very thirsty indeed. With current scientific techniques, it's not possible to test for poison under such circumstances. We only need a drop, but that one drop does actually have to exist, funnily enough. Okay, interesting. The lack of examination notwithstanding, it appears nothing other than the tea passed the victim's lips on the night in question. I see. Thank you. The matter is clear. Cast your eyes over the jury, my learned friend. What? You can see it in their faces, I'm sure. The recognition of the accused's guilt. Your client's fate is all but sealed. I mean, that guy looks happy and jolly, so I can't really tell. In mere moments from now, you will lose, and your compatriot will be damned for all eternity. He's right. I can feel all 6 of the jurors looking daggers at me. They're constantly looking daggers at me. Stop it. But I can't let them beat me down. I won't. Oh my God, this one is going to be hard. I can feel it. Counsel for the defense, proceed with your cross-examination. Yes, my lord. Let's go. Okay, here we go. The catastrophic night. It was around 9 o'clock that evening when I visited my neighbour and I took some tea with me as a gift. You know what we haven't... I mean, let's press him for now. Hold it. Were you and your neighbour good friends then? No! We weren't friends! Not at all, not at all! You could just say yes. Never! Ever! Why is he so defendant? A simple no would have sufficed. Why is he so... Interesting. Then, why did you decide to pay him a visit? Mr. Shakespeare fancies himself as having great literary knowledge. As a fellow scholar of English literature, we find much to talk about together. Come now, no Nipponese could understand the finer points of English literature. But he studies it! And on the night in question, that was a topic of conversation as well, I presume. It was the day of my last trial when I was acquitted. I just arrived back at my lodgings when I ran into Mr. Shakespeare outside on the street. That was at around 6 o'clock. We exchanged 1 or 2 pleasantries, but it soon turned into a heated discussion. He was on his way out at the time, though, so I promised to visit his room that evening at 9 to continue our debate. But did I have ill intentions? No, not one, not two, not any, not at all. Never, ever! A simple no would have sufficed, I feel. Then tell the court what did happen when you visited the victim's room. Okay. We had a heated literary debate over a nice hot drink, after which I went back to my room at around 11.
Hold it!
Okay. A literary debate about Shakespeare's works, I think you said, didn't you? I forgot what they were... Did they say what they were debating about? Shakespeare? Oh, a very worthy topic of conversation, I must say. Oh yes, my lord. Romeo and Juliet. Who was stronger? It was a profoundly pleasurable parley. Romeo and Juliet. Who was stronger? I don't know who is stronger. What do you guys think? Who is stronger, Romeo or Juliet? I know I'm going to regret asking this, but how did the debate go?
I don't know how some of this chocolate's supposed to rock.
Yes, it's for both of us. Well, we both agreed that we would reach a conclusion more quickly with a reenactment. So we battled it out in a what? A Greco-Roman style, naturally. What's a Greco-Roman style?
Like grappling?
Oh. I see. What? Mr. Shakespeare had all sorts of costumes in his room for just such a contest. So when you say a reenactment, you mean you were actually in costume? He as Romeo, I as Juliet, and after a vigorous wild tussle... I can't help but think that there's something going on between Shakespeare and Saseki. I'm feeling that there's something more going on between them. Like he was really reactively defending that he was not his friend, for starters. Like a little too flusteredly. And then the reenactment of Romeo and Juliet in a vigorous wild tussle. I think there is something going on between William Shakespeare and Saseki. I think they are a couple. I, as Juliet, came out on top. A victory I'll cherish forever. I can't help but thinking something very weird there. I dare not imagine the terrible scene of carnage. The fact remains that it was you who prepared the tea and took it to the victim, correct? I boiled the water in my room and made the pot to take with me. Wait! What about the water? Did anyone test the water? Did anyone test the kettle? Like, there's more to tea than tea leaves. I feel like the poison could be anywhere at this point. I'd heard that he was too poor to have tea himself, you see. It's true, there was no sign of any tea leaves in the man's room. I wanted to do something nice, to be friendly. So why is everyone looking at me with such suspicion? My tea was harmless, of course it was. And do you have any basis for that statement, witness? My tea was completely harmless. He couldn't have locked the door behind me otherwise, could he? You know what I didn't do? Look at my court records. So, what is this? So this is your books. These are the books that we found in William Shakespeare's lodgings. That's fine. Nearby street map. Okay, we got these from case 5. That's pretty nice. This is the teacup. There's a rim. This must be the cup that Mr. Shamspeare was drinking from then. It's stained on the inside. Tea does that, I'm afraid, even green tea. Oh, really? I've never noticed before. You never noticed? Well, I never leave it in the cup long enough to leave a mark. I like to gulp it down. Same. Drink tea while it's hot. That's a Japanese way, isn't it? Oh dear, so many people seem to have the wrong idea about our culture, and most of them are Japanese. Wait, that's stained. What about this one then? This one's not stained. This is the teacup from which Mr. Natsume was drinking. Yes, unlike the other one, the inside of the cup is completely clean. I suppose he must have drunk the contents before the tea had a chance to leave the mark. I always gulp it down too. Sorry, Mr. Naruhodo. Well, if you just sip it little by little, it goes cold. Clearly, I shall have to instruct you in the proper way to take tea. There is no tea ring on the inside of Mr. Natsume's cups. That's worrying. Interesting. Oh, no. I don't know how to do that again. Yes, you gulp your tea towel. Tea town? Tea down. Thank you, Ryunosuke. So this is the soap. I see. Oh. What is it, Mr. Naruhodo? There used to be a stamp there. This bar of soap, when we first found it, I could have sworn there was some sort of round disc in this depression just here. A reddish one. Yeah, I remember. Okay, so last time we picked up a bar of soap and it had a red disc on it. It kind of looks like those old-fashioned envelope stamps, but now it's gone. Yes, you're right. I remember it too. But now the depression is completely empty. Where could the disc have gone? Mysteriously vanished. Oh. This is a piece of glass that is fat. No, it's an envelope. For some reason, I thought it was a glass. It looks like wood to me. Whoever opened this envelope didn't bother with a letter opener or scissors, did they? Yes, whoever opened it was clearly someone with an unrefined temperament. And judging from the angle of the rip here, the person in question must have been right-handed. Mr. Sato, I think perhaps someone's been reading too much of the adventures of Sherlock Holmes. You can never read too much of it, Mr. Naruhodo. Never. I do love a good crime. I mean crime books or crime shows. Or true crimes if you listen to a podcast or watch YouTube. Now then. What the fuck is that? Reg patch. Okay. Okay. Alright, let's press him. I just wanted to see the evidence. Yes, there was not a drop of tea left in the victim's room anywhere, was there? That's correct. Anyone would think the fellow had never had a pot of tea before. He must have licked it dry. Which is a pity, because one drop is all we would have needed to analyse it for poison. The mark! And you say that you return home to your room at 11 o'clock, Mr. Natsume? Yes, definitely. By heaven and earth, I swear it. The landlord was able to verify that as it happens. Interesting. He confirmed that the defendant went back to his room at 11 that night. And how is the landlord able to attest to this? He, said it was the lamps, I believe. The lamps, Inspector. Oh, yeah, I remember. So Mr. Garadeb says there was he could tell when something is wrong with the tenants just by looking at the gas. Looking at the gas or how much people are using the gas. He thought because the gas was not on in William Shakespeare's room, something must have happened. So that's why he kicked the door down. When tenants return to their rooms and start using gas, the lamps in other parts of the house flickers. Yes, Mr. Garadeb seems to pay a lot of attention to the comings and goings of his tenants, which I find to be very weird. There's only one key to Mr. Shakespeare's room. I know that for certain. So he must have locked the door himself from inside his room. The victim has confirmed that to be the case, yes. So I'm right, my team was harmless, completely harmless. If you take poison, you die. Everyone knows that. It's not that simple, I'm afraid. Huh? What do you mean? Strychnine takes some time to have an effect on the body. People don't keel over immediately after taking it.
Hold it!
How long does it take for symptoms to appear then? According to the coroner I was speaking to at the yard, about 30 minutes after the poison's consumed. But Soseki went into his place at 9 and didn't leave until 11. Let's say Soseki made the tea around, I don't know, 9:15, 9:30. That's still an hour and a half for the poison to set in, and even then he still got up and locked the door. So that doesn't seem right. He was still alive. Then the victim suffers violent convulsions, cramping and stiffness, and eventually dies from asphyxiation. So he wouldn't be able to get up and lock the door if he has violent convulsions and cramping. So there's a 30-minute interval between when the poison is ingested and the onset of symptoms. There seem to be a lot of different types of poison in the world, that's for sure. Oh dear, death by poisoning again. It's always so awful. Did someone else die from poison? I try to remember. Who else died from poison? Death by poison again? I can't think of anybody else who died from poison in this game. 30 minutes is a long time. Certainly long enough for the victim to have locked the door behind the accused after he left. You can't deny that, and it further degrades Soseki-san's alibi. I have the medical report from the doctor who examined the victim here, my lord. It spells it out, really. The accused is the only person who could have done it. Can I see it? Very well, the court will add this report to the court record as evidence. A report issued by Scotland Yard's medical officer. It obviously mentions the poison as well as other details gleaned during the police investigation. Oh yes, I see it here. Delayed onset of symptoms. Great. Oh goody. Wait, I want to see the medical records. Alright, so this is William Shakespeare, 31. Course of coma. So he has not died. He did came through. Ingestion of a small quantity of strychnine. Toxic effects present 30 minutes after ingestion. High likelihood of the substance having been mixed with the tea the victim was drinking, but no sample could be obtained for testing. Investigative conclusions. The poisoning incident occurred at around 1:30 a.m. on 21st of February, assessed from the victim's pocket watch that appears to have broken when the man collapsed after the delayed onset of symptoms. No container for the poison was found at the scene. Okie dokie. Okay. The victim would have been perfectly able to lock the door after his guest left. The argument still stands.
Hold it!
I don't know how to go about this. The argument still stands, you say? This is what Mr. Natsume has been saying, isn't it? I suppose. The pair of them drank tea together that night, so there was poison in it. The victim wouldn't have been able to lock the door after the accused left later on. Exactly! Me and my tea are innocent! Sweet and innocent, I tell you! I'm afraid, sir, that doesn't follow. You see, strychnine is a slow-acting poison. In other words, it takes time for symptoms to appear. So you could have left the room up to 30 minutes after the victim drank the tea. And as long as you did that, Mr. Shamspeare could have locked the door after you'd gone. But no! We drank the tea straight away! The battle over whether Romeo or Juliet was stronger, that came after the tea. Do you have any evidence to support that statement? How is he going to prove that? In my great homeland, the Empire of Japan, we have a saying, drink tea while it's hot. Sure, a proverb will satisfy the prosecution. I'm afraid there's no conclusive proof to support the defendant's assertion. On the contrary, there are sufficient grounds to infer his guilt in this matter. No. That's the extent of their testimony, is it? If I could voice a personal opinion, Mr. Naruhodo. Of course, go ahead. Mr. Natsume is arguing for his innocence so adamantly and so persistently. Yet Inspector Gregson just brushes what he says aside. It's really quite infuriating. Yep. I agree. It's so infuriating. So we need to find an inconsistency in what the inspector is saying, I think. I'm afraid so. As things stand, the juries are sure to find Mr. Natsume guilty. As I see it, what we need to focus on is the poison and the tea. So I think it's the teacups because one of them is stained. Let's listen carefully to this testimony again. We need to find a way to present the teacups. It was around 9 o'clock that evening when I visited my neighbour and took some tea with me as a gift. We had a heated literary debate over a nice hot drink, after which I went back to my room at around 11. Got it. My tea was completely harmless. He couldn't have locked the door behind me otherwise, could he?
Hold it!
Let's press the Gregson again because I don't know. I was speaking to you at the yard about 30 minutes after the poison was consumed, and the victim suffers violent from asphyxiation. I think it's to do with the teacups, but I don't know when I should present it. Hi, Toads Adorbs. Hello. How are you doing today? Oh, we're gonna need to press them again. We need to find the one that's where Gregson says they need a drop of tea from the teacup.
Hold it!
We're good friends. No, we weren't friends. Not at all. Never, ever. Simple no. Hmm. No, you did not have ill intentions. Okay. We had a heated literally of a nice hot drink. So I think this is where Gregson says that they need a drop. Romeo and Juliet, who is stronger? I find that to be so funny. What a that sounds like a great debate. Actually, I'm going to look at the medical records. Oh, hang on. Hang on. So if you look at here, toxic effects present 30 minutes after ingestion. High likelihood of the substance having been mixed with the tea the victim was drinking, but no sample could be obtained from testing. I think that's bullshit because there's a stained ring on the teacup, but hey ho. The poisoning incident occurred at around 1:30 a.m. on 21st of February, assessed from the victim's pocket watch that appears to have broken when the man collapsed after delayed onset of symptoms. No container for the poison was found at the scene. Oh, okay. But it says 1:30 a.m. Victor challenge server. I would love to see that debate. I bought the water in my room and made a pot to take. To be friendly. So why is everyone looking at me with such suspicion? My tea was harmless. Of course it was. I do you have any basis for that statement, witness? Yes. Okay, so this is...
Hold it!
I forgot about this statement. Yes, there was not a drop of tea left in the victim's room anywhere, was there? That's correct. Anyone would think the fellow had never had a pot of tea before. He must have licked it dry. Okay, so I think we found where we need to present the teacups. It's this Aha, that's what we need. Okay, let's just. Okay, it's the third statement. We need to present that. I really hate Gregson. He's a smug asshole. So the third statement, we need to present teacups. I think that's the way to do it. If that's not the right answer, I don't know what is. Let's present it.
Objection.
Wait, what? How is that not correct? There's a stain on the teacup. Okay. God damn it! Ow! That hurt. Wait, I forgot. It wasn't the teacups. Let's see what he has to say. What if we present this?
Objection.
No. You know that you were right when the music stops. Ah! That itself is contradiction. Oh my god, what is it? What do we say? The victim would have been perfectly able to lock the door after his guest left. The argument still stands. Am I missing something? What about the photo? What would he say to this?
Hold it.
The argument still stands, you say? This is what Mr. Natsume has been saying, isn't it? The pair of them drank tea together that night, so if there was poison in it, the victim wouldn't have been able to lock the door after the accused left later on. Exactly! So I think it's this statement. Okay, but it says that he died on 1:30 a.m., which means he would have had the poison at 1 a.m., but he left at 11 p.m. So I think it's the last statement to show the medical records. So it's either the teacups. It's either the teacups or the. We'll try the teacups first. The poison and the tea. So it is the teacups. Okay. I'm so confused. So Seki's statements are fine. So are we presenting the teacups?
Objection.
Oh, I'm terrible at this. We're gonna try the medical records. It's got to be the teacup somewhere.
Objection!
Here's the medical records of the last statement. I'm so stupid. The argument still stands, you say. I only got 2 hit points left. I think not, Inspector. Come again. I think you'll find that you've overlooked a very significant chronological inconsistency here. What? What are you on about? We got there in the end. According to this report, the victim must have consumed the poison at around 1:30 in the morning. And yet, the defendant, Mr. Nasime, left the victim's room at 11. Aha. Yes, that's right. There's more than 2 hours of missing time there. Do some simple maths. Pew. In other words, if there was poison in the tea that Mr. Natsume brought to the victim's room, how could the victim have fallen ill to it 2.5 full hours after the defendant left? Both of them did it. That's so funny. The defense's argument is entirely reasonable. How do you respond, Lord Van Zieks? I almost called him Lorne for a second there. Lord Van Zieks. Pray forgive the discourtesy if my mind has wandered. I was considering what cuisine would best complement the contents of my hollowed chalice this luncheon. He's mocking us. He is mocking us. How could it have happened, you ask? I do hate to shatter illusions, but my Nipponese friend appears to be chasing a phantom idea. A phantom? What does he mean by that? Is it so hard to imagine that the victim drank his tea after the accused had left? I mean, for example, at the time stated in the medical report, yes, at around 1:30.
Objection!
But he had no boiling water. Mr. Nasame brought the tea with him to drink together with his neighbour. And in Japan there is a well-known saying, drink tea while it's hot.
Objection!
And in my country there is an even more apt saying, there is nothing more refreshing than cold tea. Wait, what? I have never heard that saying. Who would have cold tea? Like, there's iced tea. Yes, that's different, but no, there's nothing refreshing about cold tea. Sorry, I feel sick. Why? Who says that? I've never heard anyone say that. Do we? I can assure you, we British people do not leave the tea cold. Does not leave the tea cold and to drink it. Otherwise, what's the point of boiling the kettle? I've never heard anyone say nothing's more refreshing than cold tea. There's iced tea. Iced tea is refreshing, but that's not cold tea. Cold tea is rank. The point is, if there was such a long gap, there may be other ways to explain how the victim came to be poisoned. Other possibilities. What sort of possibilities, Counsel? Well, for example, the man could have had another visitor. So, another visitor. That's a very bold assertion, my learned friend. Sorry, my water tastes weird. I'm gonna need to change my water. Here's these. Okay, I'm back. Whew. That's a very bold assertion, my learned friend, from someone who has nothing to substantiate it. Or the victim could have taken the poison of his own volition. That is a serious accusation. He's basically implying suicide. But suicide was on the table when we deduced the crime scene. You suggest this may have been a suicide, Counsel?
Objection!
Mr. Shamspeare has categorically denied suicide. The idea can and must be discounted.
Objection!
Objection! Oh, but he could be lying. Nothing to say, Lord Van Zeeks? Is he thinking, or is he just... What's he doing? Is something wrong, Lord Van Zeeks? I was listening to the sound of the carriage pulling up outside the courtroom. Pray forgive the discourtesy. Carriage? What carriage? It would seem that the key player in this case has just arrived. Hold it! Out, brief candle, life's but a walking shadow. It's William Shakespeare! He's up and about, a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage and then is heard no more. So this was the guy that was poisoned. It is a tale told by an idiot full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Whoso are you? William Shakespeare, my lord. Alas, 'twas I, undone by these bitter events. I am the victim. What's he doing here? The prosecution seeks to call this gentleman to the stand. With his testimony, my learned friend's futile resistance will be utterly crushed. Ooh, this is going to be tricky. You're calling him as a witness? Doesn't he need to rest? Very well, Counsel. I grant your request with interest. I'm curious to discover what the court shall hear from the victim himself. Yeah, we never get victims to come and tell us their testimonies, mainly because they've mostly died, but, you know, he isn't. And the last person who wasn't dead, she was comatose. So, let's go. Happy am I, Shakespeare, to regale thee with my tale of woe, my lord. But I still have my own tale to tell. My own tale of worst woe. I can regale the court with a tale of my perfect innocence in perfect English. I do feel really bad for Saseki. No one is giving him a time of day. That'll do, Mr. Natsume. Let the court now hear from the victim. Alright, let's see what William Shakespeare has to say. Oh, hi? All right, so that's Mr. Shamspear. But who's that other man beside him? We did see him before on the streets. Yes, I feel sure that we've caught a glimpse of that man before. State your names and occupations for the court, please, witnesses. A writer of words so sweet they do scent the breeze, an inventor of ideas so profound they compose the earth. The unrivaled poet, the unmatched scribe, William Shakespeare, were the great bard to be recalled to life anew. Lo, what a magnificent man! Good fellows, I am he who ponders such a miracle, William Shakespeare. Oh, the name's Metterman. Adron B. Metterman. I work for the Ultramost Gas Company, East End branch office. Ah, I remember now. It was yesterday on Briar Road. Oh yes, she's right, it's him. We saw him on the street. There he is. Oh, what's this? There he is. What's that man doing over there? I don't know. I have no idea. He looks like he's trying to see into Saseki-san's lodgings, which is very, very creepy. Is something wrong, Mr. Naruhodo? Excuse me, could we have a word? Moving his head like Teresa Phillip from South Park, and then just fucking run off. Yes, we spotted him outside Mr. Garadeb's house that morning. But he's a gas company employee. What does he have to do with this case? I don't know. So, Mr. William Shakespeare, you are the victim in this miserable affair, correct? Oh, heaven, oh, hell, do you command me to remember? That sweet poison that didst cross me and cross mine innocent lips. I subpoenaed him for the trial, with his doctor's permission, naturally. Hearing the testimony of the aggrieved will remove any room for doubt from the jurors' minds, I'm sure. Behold, you have only to rearrange the letters of my name to see that me's a seraph, an angel indeed. Thus be a noble of mind, sweet of nature, and verily honest of heart, as all heavenly angels be. Because there isn't a less contrived meaning in your name. No, not at all. The jurors seem to be very moved by this man, I'm afraid. They're actually taking this seraph anagram idea seriously. Oh dear. This ain't good. So they love for Shakespeare. Thank you, witnesses, for your illuminating introductions. But my lord, what's the man next to Mr. Shakespeare doing here? The gas man, I mean. What? Me? Well, now. Allow me to enlighten my learned friend. You recall, I presume, your earlier impertinence? When you suggested that the victim had another visitor to his room on the night in question, and moreover, that the victim is a compulsive liar. What? No, I didn't quite say that. This young chin-stroker is here to controvert your wild claims conclusively. Is that not so, Mr. Metaman? Mr. Metaman? Hello, no, I'm just here. He's very flaky, Mr. Metaman. I hereby call for your formal testimonies. You will tell the court as lucidly as possible what happened on the night in question. Let's go! One may smile and be a villain. Yes, it doth pain me, but let the truth be spoken. The truth of what that wintry night of my discontent. He seems very unsure, this meta man. The wintry night of my discontent. Let's go. The snow lay about. My neighbour did cometh in the evening, bearing a gift of tea. But merry bitter was his drink, and when he left I did fall prostrate on my table. 'Twas the tea alone did pass my lips that late hour, naught else. I was outside this bloke's window in the freezing cold all night, keeping an eye on his room. No one else visited his room but that short little round-backed Eastern fella. That was it? That was the testimony? That was the shortest testimony I have ever read. Wait, what did you say? You were keeping an eye on Mr. Shakespeare's room all night? He was there all night, not just the morning? That would explain the whole of the bricks. That's right. Of course, the bloke's window is all but blocked up, isn't it? But there's a little gap in the bricks where you can see into the room. This isn't creepy at all. So I spent the night trying to keep my teeth from chattering as I peered in through there. Right, but what's it got to do with you? I'm confused. What's this got to do with him? Does he personally know William Shakespeare? Is he a fan? Is he an obsessed fan? I'm so confused. The question is, why? Yes, thank you, Judge. Why? Well, no, that's because he's on my list. That really doesn't explain anything. As a matter of fact, that makes him more suspicious. Again, why? What a piece of work is a man. Wherefore wouldst thou not stare in wonderment? What are you talking about? This buzzing busybody hath not part in this play. I pray thee, pay him no heed. Make no more ado about his tedious words. What you say about me? Okay, well, this is... Tensions are rising, everybody. Calm yourself. This court is concerned with what happened on the night in question. Yes. Yes. Nothing more. Indeed, that is so. And as the testimony we have just heard clearly reveals, there was no one other than the accused present at the time who could have carried out this crime. Well, I believe this may be the final testimony of the trial. Now, counsel, the defense may proceed with the cross-examination. Cross-examining what? There was only 2 statements. Yes, my lord. Okay. Cross-examining him. The wintry night of my discontent. Got it. The snow lay about. My neighbour did cometh in the evening, bearing a gift of tea. Hold it! Hold it! To be clear, by neighbour, you are referring to the defendant, Mr. Natsume? Oh, indeed, sire. Perchance thou wouldst have... You know very well I cannot speak Shakespeare. Let me try that again. Oh, indeed, sire. Perchance thou wouldst that I call him the man from upstairs. And at what time did the mustachioed Nipponese visit you in your room? The meeting was promised for the hour of 9, and lo did he come to tender a gift of fragrant tea. Details which are in accordance with the defendant's own testimony. Yes, okay, so it's in line with Soseki's testimonies. This is good. And we were broiled in such a literary debate as history hath not seen before. By which I presume he means their discussion about who was the stronger. Who was the strongest, I presume. Who was the strongest, Romeo or Juliet? I, Shakespeare, did play the part of young Romeo, whilst my neighbour played the fair Juliet. Each of us dressed as would our characters be to bring weight upon our merry experiment. I dare not imagine the scene. Okay, but this is in line with Saseki's. This is good. We love this. We love this. Frailty, thy name is woman. Canst thou imagine how dismayed I was? Yes, I had heard of the Eastern art of jiu-jitsu, but ne'er did I have dreamed 'twould be a skill practiced by the comely maiden. Juliet beat Romeo. This is not helping her case. Okay, that's funny. I love that. I believe the court has heard enough about your earth-shattering literary debate. Perhaps you could reiterate your statement about the tea that the accused brought to your room. My liege, I am thy servant. Gladly I would do thy bidding. But marry bitter was his drink, and when he left I did fall prostrate on my table. Oh, there is more. Oh, I counted ever so wrong. For some reason I thought there were 2 statements. Nope, there was 5. There was 5. Okay, let's go.
Hold it!
Hold it! Let me stop you there. Mr. Natsume left the room at 11 o'clock, but it wasn't until after 2 that the poison made you collapse. That amounts to more than 3 hours of missing time. What the hell is he doing? He's dancing! He's dancing! If the defendant had really put the poison into your tea, that 3-hour window of time is something you're going to have to explain. Gladly, 'tis an easy task. What? I did drink of the tea, not while my guest didst tarry, but after he took leave of me. Faith, 'twas stone cold, but at 1 hour post midnight, verily were my lips parched.
Objection!
That doesn't sound normal. I forgot what he said. What did he say? Nay, 'tis quite ordinary, sire, after all. Thou wouldst recall our fiery debate. Amidst such argument, there'll be no time for fiery tea. Wait. Romeo and Juliet again? And who was strongest? Mr. Shakespeare, in summary, allow me to confirm. Did you not come here with the intention of naming your attacker? But of course, my liege. 'Twas the stooped lover of words that did attempt to shuffle me off this mortal coil. Ugh, we all know what that means. He's talking about Saseki. Well, this is great. 'Twas the tea alone did pass my lips that late hour, naught else.
Hold it!
So, you didn't have any kind of evening meal? Dinner? Supper? Soap? Ah, fee on luxury, fee on gluttony. To eat thrice daily is but a waste of time. Sorry, but everyone eats 3 meals a day. I would that my belly were full no more often the sun doth rise. Well, most heroic eating habits, I must say. Night and day do I fill my hours with learned study of the great bard and playwright. Hence is it that there doth naught in my chamber be than the costumes of mine art. That would appear to be the case, as even a rodent was found starved to death in your room. Now I think of it, it's not just food that was conspicuously missing from that room, is it? I don't recall seeing a single play or script anywhere. Sasato! Just Sasato, like, saving this trial? For I have devoured them all. You've eaten the scripts? Everywhere be within my skull. Didst thou imagine otherwise? Right, that wasn't misleading at all. Now, could you turn around, do you think? Oh, he didn't literally eat the scripts. Got it. Which brings us to the conclusion that the only way the poison could have passed the victim's lips is in the tea. I was outside these blokes' window in the freezing cold all night, keeping an eye on this room. Yeah, why? But the windows of that house have all been filled in. A historical artifact of the new defunct window tax. Yeah, all right there, all bricked up horribly. But as it happens, there's a little part of the brickwork at the bottom corner that's been opened up, which we did see before. It contained a soap. I was looking through that gap. I wonder if he's responsible for the soap. Yes, there were a few bricks loose, weren't there? And for some strange reason, a couple of bars of soap lined up on the ledge are outside as well. Wait a second. There's a photo. If you can see, the bricks look cemented. I don't know if the donation bar is in the way, but can you kind of see it? It looks cemented. It doesn't look out of place at all. So I think he's the one that made the whole of the bricks. Lined up on the edge outside as well. Yes. But we're not seeing that in the photo. I don't like going around poking my chin in other people's business, especially on freezing cold nights. But them's my orders, so that's what I'll keep doing. As long as there's breath in my body. Wait, he said orders? Orders? Orders from who? From Mr. Garadeb? What's with all the theatricals today? I wonder, because Mr. Garadeb is all about keeping an eye on the gas. He's from the gas company. I wonder if Mr. Garadeb is the one who's asked him to keep an eye on the other tenants. Out of interest, Mr. Metaman, after the accused had left and returned to his own lodgings. Wait, we're not going to ask him who ordered him to keep an eye on him? Did you see the victim leave the room at all? No, he never left. He was in that room the whole time as far as I'm concerned. And we can therefore discount the possibility of suicide. How can you be sure of that? The police carried out a thorough investigation of the scene and found no receptacle for the poison. And since we know the victim didn't leave his room, and hence didn't dispose of the poison's container himself, there was no poison's container, but okay. It's clear that this was no attempted suicide. Only the culprit could have removed the receptacle. Ah, yes. Lucidly explained, counsel. Thank you. Ah, that's what he's saying. Okay. It really was. You can't argue with the logic. There was another one to press. No one else visited this room but that short little round-back Eastern fella.
Hold it!
Hold it! You say a short little round-backed Eastern fella, so you can't be sure it was the defendant then.
Objection!
How many other short little round-backed Nipponese with a mustache do you think there are in London? I'm sure there's others. Well, of course, it's only a narrow gap and it was quite dark, so I didn't notice a mustache. It wasn't dark, there was a light. But it showed up at around 9, so I'm pretty sure of myself. And when the person you saw arrived, did he and Mr. Shakespeare drink tea together? I'm going to show this photo. I think the photo contradicts both of these statements. First off, the light was on. And second of all, the bricks look cemented. Not off like we seen in the scene. Nah, sorry, I couldn't say. Why not? Because I couldn't see into the room all that well, could I? You couldn't see into the room at all. The bricks was fucking cemented. But what I did see was a silhouette of a little round bat fellow wearing a pretty dress. I mean, we knew that he dressed up as Juliet, but then the pair of them started some kind of wrestling match. I tell you, I didn't know what to make of it. I suppose that was the Romeo and Juliet championship battle getting underway. Mr. Metaman, allow me to confirm one final time. Apart from the accused, can you state to the certainty that no one else visited the victim on the night in question? No question! Gasman's honor! Hold it! Is it Saseki? Oh, it's him. My lord! Oh, he has something to say. Okay. Okay. What's he got to say? Goodness me! Yes, Mr. Foreman! Mr. Foreman! Okay, we have met him before in case 3. He was the witness. Okay, let's go. I've kept my mouth shut and listened up to now, but this has gone on long enough. Are you all with me? Yes! Are we to understand that you ladies and gentlemen of the jury are in agreement with one another? Oh my god, we get to do the thing with the juries, that you've reached a unanimous decision. Turn right we have! Are you all with me? Yes! Oh, they're ready for their verdicts. Wait, no, the defense is in the middle of a cross-examination. To be honest, I was holding out a bit of hope for you, young man. Especially after you identified those few hours that followed the accused leaving the victim's room. Ooh. Sorry about that. Yes, the 3 missing hours, as you put it. But in the end, what difference do they make? None as far as I can see. Since that's now apparent, there's really no reason to delay our decision any longer. Like I was saying before, if I don't take 5 bob home with me tonight, the missus will blow her top. Doesn't she know that you're a jury in a case? What's that? Sorry, I didn't quite catch what you said. Very well. Let the court be apprised of your decisions. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will state your leanings as to the defendant's culpability.
Guilty!
Guilty. Guilty. Guilty.
Guilty.
Oh wait, I think we have met her before. Did we? Oh, all of you? Well, it would appear that the jury is indeed unanimous. Wow, okay. Wow, so this time at least it seems justice will be done. All's well that ends well, as they say. This calls for a toast, I feel. to the guilty being punished. Wait, I still need to talk to the jurors. Ugh. Wait, I need to talk to the jurors. Get up, Mr. Naruhodo, please. The trial isn't over yet. What do you mean, Miss Sato? What about the information I found in this encyclopedia of the British law I have? That obscure right that belongs to defense in these situations, remember? Yes, we need to talk to the jurors. Come on, get up. Get up. A summation examination. That's it. I forgot what it was called. The summation examination. Yes, that's right. We don't have a jury in Japanese courts, of course. But here in a British court of law, if we can reverse the decisions of a majority of the jurors, we can force the trial to continue. This trial can't end now. So let's go! Whatever it takes, I just can't let that happen. The defense moves to invoke its right to a summation examination, my lord. Let's go! Why am I not surprised at my learned Nipperdese friend's inability to admit defeat? You choose to cling desperately to some archaic rule you barely comprehend instead of accepting the truth. It's been working well for me so far. Certainly no other defense counsellor in recent times has exercised the right to a summation examination. Because they all know that once the jury's mind is set, it cannot be altered. I don't know, I've altered them before. Can't see why I can't alter them again. Nevertheless, the right remains and must be upheld. Aha! The defense counsel's request is granted. This court to proceed with a summation examination, as outlined in the Encyclopedia of British Law. Let's go! Thank you, my lord. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Are you and your fellows prepared, Mr. Foreman? Believe me, my lord, we know all about this young lad's tenacity. Oh, we're ready for it. That lady was shaking. Very well. In that case, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I hereby call upon each of you to state the grounds upon which you find the defendant guilty of the crime for which he stands accused. Judicial findings? Let's go! The victim may not be well off, but he's a noble man and straight up. There's no reason to doubt the man. Okay, I forgot. Do I need to press these jurors? I forgot. I think I do. Well, I do declare the good gentleman has no reason to lie. In fact, I think he's rather splendid. Just look at the accused by comparison. He's Japanese, stoops all the while, and has a mustache. Very fishy. That means nothing. There's no evidence to suggest the gangling actor is a swordsman. For now, at least. I really don't care. Like, I just need this trial to end quickly. 3 hours of missing time is nothing when you reach my age, you know. Nothing at all. Oh, I knew it. Every single one of them seems completely convinced. Except for one, he just don't give a damn. It would seem that all the jurors have come to the conclusion that Mr. Shamspeare is a fine, upstanding, and honest citizen. If you ask me, they've all been bewitched by his strange theatrical movements. And sadly, nothing Mr. Natsumi has said appears to have registered at all. Well, here goes. Let's not forget, I've pleaded with the jury on Saseki-san's behalf before and it worked. So you never know. Let's go! Before we begin, it might be an idea for me to remind you exactly how a summation examination works, Mr. Naruhodo. I think I remember. You need to find two statements of the juries that contradicts with each other. Oh, well, you're still very new to British law after all. that's true, I suppose, as the Seki-san's fate is entirely in my hands now, too. There's always a chance I might have forgotten some crucial detail. Perhaps I should hear Sasato-san out. I wonder, should I let her talk me through it again or not bother? Yeah, refresh my memory. So, you know, I don't get it wrong. Alright, so if you remember, the key to changing the jurors' minds is the things that they say themselves. Yes, it's coming back to me. First, it's important to listen very carefully to each juror's statement. Then, if it sounds as though one of those statements might contradict another, I have to pit the corresponding two jurors against each other to prove one or the other of them wrong. Yes, I remember now. Yes, that's right. In many ways, it's similar to a normal cross-examination. Alright then, all that remains now is to do it. Without further ado, please, Council, proceed with the summation examination. Let's go! Yes, my lord! Let's go. Let's go, let's go. Jury examination. The defense's rebuttal. The victim may not be well off, but he's a noble man. And straight up, there's no reason to doubt the man. Alright, we'll press each statement first. Also, I love the music. This is a bop. Well, there are plenty of people in London who seem noble but poor. Could some of them also be liars? Okay. I've no doubt about it. Like that shaky client of yours, for example. Absolutely not. Mr. Natsume is no liar. Look, the point is, the only thing that passed the victim's lips that night was that Japanese man's tea. When you take the gas man's testimony into account as well, the truth couldn't be any clearer. I feel like the gas man's statements are full of shit. Oh, well, that's alarmingly logical. But let me be frank here. I'm a gentleman with a gentleman's values. If it turns out that the old Shakespearean chum is a rotten liar after all, I'll gladly change my decision about the defendant. And I'm sure my fellow gentlemen on the jury would do the same. Isn't that right? Well, yes, perhaps. Though I don't see it happening. Yeah? What's that? Elderly gent on the end here, you know. You'll have to speak up. Look, I really don't care about all this nonsense. I just need this trial to be over. Oh yeah, they're so in your side, my dude. How many gentlemen do we actually have on the jury then? Alright, sir. I may hold you to that. Don't forget what you said. Alright, if you can show me that the victim's a liar, I'll reconsider my position. Maybe. Well, I do declare the good gentleman has no reason to lie. In fact, I think he's rather splendid.
Hold it!
Are you saying you believe the man to be trustworthy because he's rather splendid? No, that's not what I said. Well, it kind of did. You did kind of said it. The point is the man is the victim here. What reason would he have to lie? And yes, he is rather splendid. So you say, yet again. Meanwhile, the man who stands accused behaves so suspiciously. It's exhausting to look at him. I'm afraid he's not splendid at all. So she goes by the look. Splendid logic there, madame. Thank you so much. Well, she's not going to give me anything. Just look at the accused by comparison.
Hold it!
Fuck you, my dude. No, not one of those things as a reason to find the man guilty. Yeah, exactly. Be as fishy. There's no point dancing around the fact. He's Japanese, he has a mustache, and he stoops. You see, you arrive at the conclusion in just 3 steps. 3 steps, like a waltz, in fact. You know, the more I think about it, the more this trial seems like a dance. You seem to be several steps ahead of yourself, though. And you're on the wrong foot. No, there's nothing but the circumstantial evidence here. There's no actual proof of the defendant's guilt. Yeah. But the victim's version of events is backed up by what the big-chinned man next to him says, isn't it? Does it? 1, he saw the Japanese man there. 2, he saw no one else. And 3, he saw the Japanese man there. Oh! There's another 3 steps. Oh, this really does seem more and more like a waltz, doesn't it? I hate this dude so much. Right, and the prosecution will waltz its way to victory if I let you speak much more. What do you have to say? There's no evidence to suggest the gangling actor is a swordsman, for now at least. Interesting.
Hold it!
What do you mean for now? A swordsman? What do you mean by that, madame? Ooh, I feel like she has something to say. It really is a most tiresome problem for the company. Most irritating. Ooh. She's going being most mysterious. We could be absolutely certain that the customer is stealing from us, but without hard evidence. We can't even threaten to take action for fear of being sued. I'm sorry, you've lost me a little there. Who are you? Does she own the gas company? I'm the wife of Augustus Altamont, owner of the Altamont Gas Company! Oh, shit! She sent the gasman over to look at Shakespeare because she believes Shakespeare is stealing gas! Good gracious! Ultimate gas, you say? Gas is the future of energy in this country and around the globe, but proper handling is essential. As I'm sure our employee from the East End branch office would be the first to agree. Absolutely, Lady Quidby! Gotta be used properly! Ultimate gas is the best in the world, of course! I think we may have solved the mystery of the bow from earlier, Mr. Naruhodo. Right, he bowed in deference to his employer's wife, did he? Ah, so, would I be right in assuming that the reason Mr. Metaman was watching what Mr. Shakespeare was up to in his room? I'm afraid that there's no end to the lengths the population of the East End will go to in order to steal our gas. So I really have no choice when the company identifies somebody as a possible swordsman. Ooh, I think we found a pit. But to dispatch a worker to watch the suspect day and night, we're very thorough in our investigations. So you mean Mr. Shakespeare is... I wouldn't come out and say it in public. But you can finish that sentence with a grubby little gas thief. I love her. I love her. Okay, so William Shakespeare is stealing gas. Okay. You have noticed the public gallery in here, have you? The eye of man hath not heard. The ear of a man hath not seen. Face, wouldst thou wound me with thy words, were I to let them penetrate the skin? He is Sherlock Holmes related. I feel like they're Sherlock Holmes related. They normally become so theatrical in what they're saying. But serves here not insults, only choirs of angels in song. We may not have evidence yet, but my workers won't stop buzzing around, until they find it. Ah, she's the queen bee of the operation, I see. And when they do, you'll find yourself blasted back to your angelic heights in an Altamont gas explosion. Oh, fuck, is that a threat? That's a threat from the queen bee herself. My goodness. Mr. Shakespeare has been stealing gas. I wonder, during number 4, if you wouldn't mind adding that information to your statement? My pleasure. Was it the bit about ripping that thief apart you enjoyed? a little before the part about abject violence if it's not too much trouble. Yes, of course. This could be it. This could be shift the balance. Absolutely. The victim puts on a fine performance, but in reality he's a common thief of my company's gas. I really don't care, like, I just need this trial to end quickly. What have you got to say? You keep talking about needing to take home some money. What's that all about, sir? Finish, lass. That's what it's about. What's finish, lass? What's that? I'm talking about the derby at Hyde Park, aren't I? It was the Queen's Cup last week, wasn't it? Derby? It was a dead set, that's the thing. I couldn't lose, so I took my wife's secret savings, like... But then, that hopeless old mare went and did the unthinkable. Ah, that stupid Finnish lass. Oh. Is he talking about his wife? But yeah, I think it's clear what happened, isn't it? This is the day the missus uses her savings for a trip down the pub. So come on, let this business lie now. Just give it up. No, that's not going to happen. Well, shit. 3 hours of missing time is nothing when you reach my age, you know. Nothing at all.
Hold it!
What do you really mean by that, sir? Well, I'm not one to boast, but I get up at 5 every morning, I do. 5? You're a really early riser then, aren't you? What's that now? I said you're an early riser. Oh, but I wouldn't say that. I mean, I like to while away the hours in the evening reading books as well. But by about 2 in the morning, I'm usually too tired to go on. He sleeps at 2 in the morning and gets up at 5? That's only 3 hours. Oh my, that means he only has 3 hours of sleep each night. What's that there? Only 3 hours of sleep each night. Ah, that's right, you see. 3 hours of missing time. Like I said, it's not much, is it? Is he saying that the victim might just be sleeping in those 3 hours? This really isn't helping. The key to summation examinations is identifying contradictions between jurors' statements, Mr. Naruhodo. I found one contradiction. I don't know what the other would be. Right, and once I've found 2 jurors whose statements can't coexist, I need to pit those jurors against each other. Then hopefully, when they see what they're saying doesn't make sense, they'll change their leaning. Yes, and if you're able to change the minds of a majority of the jurors, the trial will continue. But conversely, if you're unable to do that, the judge will declare the trial over and move to adjudication. And I can't let that happen. Somehow or other, I have to turn this trial around. Let's go! Okay, I think we found one. Wait, what? Oh, right. Okay, I think I get it. So this is some...
Objection!
Yeah! Okay, so we got one contradiction. Those 2 statements clearly contradict each other. Good gracious, to whose statements do you refer, counsel? Juror number 1. Eh? What are you yelling about, lad? I presume you've heard juror number 4's statement, made by the wife of the owner of Ultimate Gas. Well, yes. The victim, who you claim to be a noble, straight-up man, in fact, turns out to be a common thief. So the good lady says, but there's no evidence, is there? You and I both heard them say as much. It's true, we don't have evidence as such, just yet. But the claims aren't based, you know. What? You heard me. Seeing as his operation has already been compromised, I would suggest that the court hears testimony from our East End branch office employee over there. I'll do whatever you say, my lady. Gasman's honour. I like this lady. Juror number 1, you say you're a man of your word. You did say that. We all heard you. If I could show that Mr. Shamspear was a liar, you assured me that you would reconsider your decision about the defendant's guilt. Yes, I did say that. As a man of honour, I'll hold to it, as I'm sure the other gentlemen of the jury will. Me? Oh, well, yes. Now that we've found out the man's a liar, perhaps we ought to consider the matter further. If I'm perfectly honest, I haven't heard half of what you've all been saying. So if this makes you really cap a few points, that would suit me down to the ground. Oh, no, I'm not having any part of this. I want this trial over and done with. In that case, I shall change my meaning. So, Mr. William Shamspear, if that is your real name, we of the jury demand to know exactly what kind of a man you really are. So that is the majority of the... Oh, I only need to find 2 contradictions. Okay, cool. Well, a contradiction. That's 4 jurors. 4 for not guilty. Yeah, so that was the majority. Nice, we did it. Yes, Mr. Nailholder. Victory! Let's go! Order, order! Well, this is quite extraordinary, I must say. As a result of the defence's summation examination, the jury's leaning has changed. Now only 2 jurors say guilty, whilst 4 say not guilty. I therefore declare this court to be in a state of disaccord and order the trial to continue. Yes! Yes, we're getting there. God, I need a cup of tea after that. You have spoilt the bouquet, Mr. Shamspear. I don't like his smile, it's so creepy. The ladies and gentlemen of the jury now find they are unable to trust you, the victim. Is he just not seeing and hearing things? He's just like, nope. But do gods forgive us some faults to make us men? So God mend me, I do swear. What the fuck does he mean? Oh, he's saying he has flaws. I mean, yes. This gasman speaketh that which concerns him most. Naught but gas, naught but thin air. Oh dear, is he calling him stupid? Aye, it burneth bright a while, but it hath no substance, and it doth reek foul. Oh wow, he's calling him stupid and smelly. Wow. Oi, what you say? Do I take it, Mr. Shamspear, that you deny the allegations of gas thievery? Most heartily, my lord. Hast thou forgot? I am as a seraph and angel. Then how the hell do you have gas, but no money? Noble of mind, sweet of nature, and verily honest of heart. You flowery-mouthed, pompous beanpole, just because I haven't got the evidence yet. I'm sure there's evidence somewhere. Mr. Shamspear, if in fact you are not noble of mind, sweet of nature, or honest of heart, if you are a liar, then your testimony should have no sway in this courtroom. Too true, too true, too true. It is my considered opinion that at the present time no other possible culprit of this crime has been identified. All testimony heard by the court thus far heavily implicates the defendant. In short, it would not be unreasonable at this stage for me to rule on the case. Wait, what? Oh no. However, in light of the fact that the jury has expressed concern about the fidelity of this witness, I believe it would be inappropriate for this court not to pursue the point further.
Objection!
I assure you, my lord, that would be a waste of the court's time. The gas and this case are unrelated. How do you know? How do you know if we don't look into it? Juror number 4. Yes. Didn't you say before that although you had no hard evidence to prove this man has been stealing gas, you have strong grounds for suspecting him? That's right, we do. Don't we, Marco? Absolutely, Lady Quinbay Gasman's honour. Okay. Very well then, we will hear your testimony now. You will tell the court precisely why you believe the victim, Mr. William Shamspeare, has been stealing gas. Yes, my lord, it'll be my pleasure. On the ultimate... if I may, my lord. Go ahead, madame. This worker's testimony may have a significant bearing on the good name of my husband's company. Therefore, I should like to take the stand alongside him in a supervisory role, if you wouldn't mind. Okay. Interesting. Woohoo! Oh yes, sweet as honey. Yeah. Oh, I get it, because she's the queen bee. Very well. As an exception, I shall honor your request. Thank you, my lord. Okay, now she went from, like, queen, absolute queen to absolute sus. I'm starting to feel awful about saying that she seems very amazing. Maybe we'll see after the break. You wait till the boss gives you an earful. Oh, it's gonna sting you, mark my words. No, I'll take your word for it. So you will both testify before the court on the subject of the illegal consumption of the Ultimate Gas Company's fuel. Yes, is that clear, my good man? Clear as ultimate gas, my lady, which is the clearest in the world. Okay. Oh, he bows. Do you think the gas has gone to his head, Mr. Sato? I think the man is just a very dedicated employee, Mr. Naruhodo. Okay, before we get into the cross-examination, I am going to take a break. Yeah, I am going to take a break and I will come back with some tea. I suggest you guys do the same. Get some drink, get some food, go to the loo, stretch your legs, stretch your glutes and things like that. Make sure that you got the things that you need. And yeah, I shall see you guys in a little bit. There we go. I am back. Hope everyone had a lovely break. Got your tea, got your coffee, got your beverage, got your food, maybe had some air or gone for a walk or anything to take care of yourself. And now we are back. So we are cross-examining, we're listening to their statements. This is Mrs. Altamont and the worker. So let's go. Let's see what they have to say. I'm proud to be the company's Eastern Branch investigator and meter money collection agent. Altamont gas meters accept penny bits. Each coin giving customers about 2 hours of gorgeous gas. What's penny? Penny bits, is that a thing? Oh, is it threepence? Form of 3 pence. Okay. 2 hours of gorgeous gas. And yet the meter in Mr. Shakespeare's room didn't have a single coin in it. Yet he got the gas. The meter doesn't appear to have been tampered with, though, and the collection agent has the only key. Right. Somehow he's using all the flaming gas he wants without paying a penny. If that's not thieving, what is? Pray forgive the discourtesy. The irrelevance of this testimony caused me to turn to my hollowed chalice. What do you mean by that remark, Lord Van Zeeks? Did the mustachioed Nipponese poison the gangling excuse for an actor, or didn't he? That is all that should concern this court, and yet now we must listen to this abhorrence. Clearly what separates the vast British Empire and your Eastern Island nation is more than geographical distance. But this could turn out to be crucial testimony. The cross-examination must go ahead. Just throw your wine bottle. Do what you will. Lord Van Zeeks appears to be in a violent mood. Yes, he does. An attempted poisoning and an incident of gas theft with no supporting evidence. It's true that they would appear completely unrelated at first glance, but I wonder, the truth tends to be buried in the most unusual places. And the first step in uncovering it will be to establish just who and what this man really is. Do we have anything on that front? Like this? So this is the gas meter. I'm trying to think what Natsumi said. Natsumi said he boiled the tea. Yeah, that's right? He boiled the tea. So did he pay for the gas? I don't know. I'm genuinely confused. And what's the soap got to do with anything? What's this stain? Is that a shadow? I don't know. I'm so confused. Let's continue. Let's press their statements. I'm proud to be the company's East End branch investigator and meter money collection agent. Hold it! So does that mean you went to people's houses in order to empty their gas meters? That I do. Have to try to catch people when they're in. Then I ask permission to come inside to do my business. That is standard. That is standard, because in here we do have like gas men and electric men that come into the house to check our meters. That way they know how much they pay us. That's pretty standard. Does that mean you've been into Mr. Natsume's room before, as well as that of Mr. Shamspear? Well, now interesting you should bring that up, because I couldn't believe how little money was in his meter. I mean, how the pair of them survived the winter is beyond me, it really is. Knowing Mr. Natsume, he probably spends all his gas money on books. And then when he's finished reading them, he probably burns them for warmth. You will kindly reiterate your statement about the gas meters themselves, Mr. Metaman. Not much to say, really, but as you wish. Ultimate gas meters, except the penny bits. That is 3 pence. Each coin giving customers about 2 hours of gorgeous gas.
Hold it!
So all London houses that have a gas supply are fitted with these gas meters, are they? They're the latest model, the height of technology, developed by our company, Ultimate Gas. And anyone who uses our gas will have one of these meters in their property, yes. So if a 3 pence a coin gives 2 hours of gas, most people would use about 3 coins in a night. That's a lot. A bit more than that usually, if they have both gas lights and a gas stove, that is. So what? We're talking about 6 coins, 6 3 pennies. That's a lot back then, I presume. Thinking about it, Saseki-san doesn't have a fireplace in that room of his, does he? Oh god, I don't know. I don't remember. Does he? Oh, I don't know. Some people still choose to use candles, of course, and only have gas for heating. Oh yes, I do remember seeing candles in Mr. Natsume's room, actually. And how does the money in the meter get back to you at the gas company? Every 3 days, gasmen like me visit properties on the gas supply and empty the meters of coins. I must say the design and manufacture of the new meter cost the company an awful lot of money. But happily, it did put a stop to people not paying their dues, for the most part. Ah, because they have to pay in advance, you mean? Yes, exactly right. Okay. I did the meter in Mr. Shamspear's room, didn't have a single coin in it.
Hold it!
Out of interest, how long has this been going on? Weeks and weeks! He's been pinching gas of us for ages! And you've examined the meter in Mr. Shamspear's room, I take it? I take it? Naturally, we took it off the wall and went over it with a fine tooth comb. And found nothing suspicious at all, I presume? No, I'm afraid we didn't. Which is exactly why I demanded a new type of meter to be produced. One with an indestructible lock. The Shamspear Special. That explains the padlock. That sounds like it would have cost an awful lot of 3 penny pieces, yep. And even after all that, the rascal's meter was still empty. I'll never forget the humiliation. When I opened up the money box and found it bare. You what? I said, you what? And the look on his face, that salami smile of his. I pulled the meter straight off the wall and took it back to the office. But you know what? Nothing. Not a trace of it being jemmied open anywhere. Not a single sign. Interesting. What's happening to my salary as a result? Down by 3 shillings a day, that's what. Also, this affects your pay. A life-threatening situation in a number of ways. Incidentally, what became of that meter? Nothing became of it. I still got it. No, you don't. You made your own wine? That is so cool. What kind of wine is it? And you have to wait for it to mature for 7 days. Oh, that is so cool. What kind of wine did you make? Oh, I don't think you still got it. Right here. That is... Hello? What is that behind the padlock? No wonder they call you Meter Man. Meter Man. I've been calling him Meter Man. Meter Man. I think it would be prudent for the court to sequester this item while the trial is ongoing. Ooh, elderflower wine. I heard it's really nice. Elderflower and rhubarb. I know it's more of a summery thing, but it was nice weather today and got spring feelings. Ooh, that sounds nice. Maybe you can mature it more while wait for it to be summer. It does have spring feelings. So elderflower always have like spring feelings. Oh, but nice. Just in time to have it. Can you like refrigerate it or something? Or does it have to be in a room temperature area? I would love to make like wine or beer. Not beer really. I'm not a fan of beer. I would love to make mead. Honey mead is so nice. But I feel like that's a winter thing because you have it warm. For the court to sequester this item while the trial is ongoing. A meter that dispenses gas for a set time after a coin it sports a very strong lock. It does develop, especially with Mr. Shakespeare in mind. Oh wow, okay. Definitely. Can I see it? Let's have a look at it. So this is the gas meter. Let's examine it. What is that green thing? That's a very sturdy looking padlock, is it? And the money box is sealed with beeswax too. Oh shit! Oh, so that's beeswax. When it's done, you bottle it up and have it in room temperature. I just have a few ones in the refrigerator for consumption. Ah, so it can stay fresh until summer. Nice. Nice. I haven't had homemade wine in a while. My mom used to make homemade wine. She tried to make one with tree sap. Like she even had the contraption that sucks tree sap out of the tree for homemade wine. It was a bit bitter. It was alright. I can't remember what tree it was from what. But she also made honey mead once as well. That was really nice as well. But yeah, she was going through a phase where she wanted to make homemade wine. I love homemade wine, but it's very, very difficult. So if Mr. Sholmes were to get up to any mischief, he'll be found out immediately. Oh, Mr. Nahodo, mischief of that kind is not the sort of thing that Mr. Sholmes would... You know you didn't finish that sentence, don't you? Lol. I don't know, that sounds kind of good. Tea wine is good too. this tea wine? I would love to try that. Depends on the kind of tea, though. I can imagine matcha tea would be great. I'm not sure about the kinds of black tea, though. I suppose it depends on the kind of tea. Oh, iced tea peach. True, true. Iced tea peach wine. I would like to make. Maybe you could do like iced tea peach wine and then peach wine. Let's see if there's like any kind of difference. Well, anyway. It's understandable that the gas company would want to safeguard the money that's rightfully theirs. That's true. That's true. But it does feel a little over the top, perhaps, doesn't it? Is there anything to... Oh, what? Oh! Oh, cheeky! Hello! Oh, what's... Have you spotted something, Mr. Naruhodo? Just here. There's a little hole. Do you see? Goodness, you're right. I wouldn't have noticed. It's not a very neat hole, is it? Not professionally made, I say. What a cheeky bastard! So, you think it might have been opened up by Mr. Shakespeare? Possibly. It seems the people at Altamont Gas must have missed it. I feel like... So he put the coin in to activate the gas. And then once he's done with the gas, he took it out. And then put it back in. Well, it certainly seems to go all the way through to the inside. Yes, but there's no way a coin could fit through there. That's true, but even so, it seems more than a little suspicious. I've been thinking of green tea wine, but there is a chance it would be a waste of time. Suppose so. Particularly with the matcha, like... I suppose it would be bitter? I don't know. Like, matcha flavor is going into everything now. Maybe there is a matcha wine, I just haven't seen it. Is there any other green tea wines, like mint tea? I don't know. Maybe it doesn't have to be green tea either. Maybe it could be some other sorts of herbal teas. There's a tiny hole in the base. Anything else? Honestly, I would not have noticed that, like, at all. No, I think that's it. It was just that hole. Alrighty then. Chris brought drinking matcha sake. Matcha sake is a thing. Oh, that does sound nice though. That does sound really nice. But I can imagine it would be very, very strong. Although at first glance, there doesn't appear to be anything unusual about it. You just have to check underneath. Let's move this along, shall we? Continue with your testimony. Though I would say it has as much value as the contents of that meter. Oof. Lord Van Zeeks has very strong words. The meter doesn't appear to have been tampered with, though, and the collection agent has the only key. I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna present it.
Objection.
Because it was clear. Lady Alderman, I'm afraid to say that this meter clearly does show signs of having been tampered with. What? Get away! I've been over and over that thing. I'm telling you, there's nothing wrong with it. I feel like you're very suspicious. Well, in that case, What do you have to say about the small hole that's been made at the base of the coin box? Hole? What? It has a light matcha flavor with milky and sweet honeydew flavor with a hint of pistachio. Yeah. Someone said, I'm 90% sure the taste will be just holy moly, that's strong. Although sweet honeydew flavor sounds really nice. Not sure about the hint of pistachio. But, you know, I get a bit of pistachio. It sounds like something I would definitely try. Because I love sweet honey flavor stuff. That does sound really, really nice. Oh, what? You're right. You're quite right. There is a little hole there. The meters aren't supposed to have that. None of the others do. In other words, we can assume that Mr. Shamspear secretly opened up this hole himself. Yes, I wouldn't be at all surprised. But why? Yeah, why? I mean, it's tiny. You couldn't get a farthing through that. Lady Alderman, I wonder if you could give the court some more details about your meter design. What sort of details? Well, what I specifically like to know is... is there like a wrong answer? How it differentiates coins. How does the meter tell the difference between different coins? What do you mean? Well, for example, if someone were to put in a 1 penny coin, that wouldn't work presumably, would it? No, of course not. So, well, how does the meter know that the coin it's been fed is a 3 penny bit? Ah, I see what you're getting at now. The meter tells coins apart by their shape and size, which includes their thickness. A 3 penny bit is about 3/4 of an inch in diameter, you see. Other coins just won't fit. Interesting. I see. It's clearly been very well thought out. The witness will amend her formal testimony with that information in case it is pertinent. As you wish, my lord. She's very intelligent, this woman. The meter is designed for coins at the exact diameter and thickness of a 3 penny bit. Nothing else will fit. So I gotta press that. But conversely then, it would seem that anything matching a 3 pence a coin exactly in terms of diameter and thickness. So... what, it's a fake coin? Could equally well be used. Would that be true? Well, yes, in a way. The weight comes into it to a certain extent as well. The missing item? Hi, Hema. Hello, hello, lovely. The missing item? I've missed an item? We're currently talking... Hello, I have been lurking. We're trying to figure out how William Shamspear is stealing money from the gas meter. How is this relevant to the... Oh! The thing! The token! Oh, Hema, you're a genius! We thought of that though anyway. If I find any fake coins inside the coin box, when I empty the meter, the contract says the customer has to pay 100 times the amount they did as a fine. No, you're right, because what if it could be molded? What if that thing is made of soap? And that it can be molded out. We live for moments like that, as the gasmen do. Live for them. Ha ha ha. It would seem the gas. It would seem the gas company has thought of everything. Hurrah for gas! Hurrah for cash! Ornament all the way! That's quite enough of that. I do love her. Remind me, how big are threepenny bits? About 3/4 of an inch across. What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Is this 2 centimeters a measurement significant? Or perhaps there's some other aspect of the meter's construction that we should be focusing on. Yes, you may be right. Perhaps I should try a different tack here. Really? Like asking about whether the meter can be dismantled, for example. Yes, delve deeper. Yes, that's what I was thinking. I was wondering about the pedal. Hi, Grey Ranger. Pedal puddle. I was wondering what that was. I thought that was the shadow. But it's not. You're probably right. It's the puddle. Let's have a look at the photo again. Yes, you're right. It's a puddle. There's a puddle in the front of the meter, but the soap is melting and leaking out. But the question is, how was the soap leaking out? That is the question. So he must have... No, because the coin was already on that soap. So I presume the coin on the other soap he was using. So, yes. That was probably what it is. The question is, how did he melt it? Unless the gas meter... Does the gas meter get really hot? Because it's connected to the pipe. I can imagine when you boil the kettle, it gets really hot. Everything is so nearby. How can the meter be dismantled? Dismantled? Yes, given that there are no signs of it having been forced. I'm wondering if perhaps rather than being broken open, it might have been taken apart. Well, yes, that does make some sense. The padlocks are made by a first-class locksmith from the finest quality steel. And the meter box itself is made from plate steel as well, welded shut to ensure it can't be opened again. I can assure you it's quite impossible to dismantle it. Woohoo! Yeah, nothing leaks from an ornament meter. No coins, no gas, no nothing. I love that the meter man is like giving us some hints. Unintentionally. I see. Grey Ranger, you are onto something. The witness will amend her formal testimony with that information in case it is pertinent. As you wish, my lord. She is queen. All joints on the meter are welded shut, and the lock is made from solid steel. There's no way to dismantle it.
Hold it!
Has anyone ever tried? Oh yeah, they've tried, but they've all given up before long. After all, if they actually broke the meter, the company would be able to take legal action. Yes, that's fair enough. Yes, that makes sense. What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Is its welded steel construction significant? No, it's got fucking beeswax on it. Or perhaps there's some other aspect of the meter's construction that we should be focusing on. Yes, you may be right. Perhaps I should try a different tack here. No, leave it. We already know about that. Somehow he's using all the flaming gas he was without paying a penny. If that's not thieving, what is?
Hold it!
How do you know that he's been using gas, though? Well, now, since I started investigating this bloke, I've been to his room more than a few times. Don't forget that Saseki did boil a kettle in there. You can't boil a kettle without gas. And on every single occasion, his lamps have been blazing and his stove pounding. It's the middle of winter and he still turns to me, sweat dripping down his cheeks, and says, "Get thee to a nunnery." Hamlet indeed. Wow. Oh, I could wring the bloke's neck. I get all hot under the collar, but still. Every time I open up that flaming meter, it's empty. He's robbing me of my salary too. What's wrong with the world? Where's the justice? But how can Mr. Shamspear possibly be stealing the money? I don't understand. The simple explanation is right before your eyes. What? A toast to you eventually realizing that the gas man could be an accomplice. You what? Good lord, eminently plausible indeed. Well, what do you have to say for yourself? Please, Lady Quimby, I'm a faithful worker. And besides, if the money us guesstimate collect doesn't tally with how much gas has been used, you dock our pay by the same amount. So you'd be stealing money only to have the same amount taken from your wages. Clearly that makes no sense. Perhaps it's a case of losing the battle to win the war? No, I'm not going to stir up that hornet's nest. If I were stealing from the company, I'd be finished. It would seem that there is no evidence to support the claims of thievery made against the victim. Yes, there is. Because Mr. William Shamspear is innocent. Pray, forgive me if that shatters some illusion my learned Nipponese friend was clearly under. Ugh. I certainly didn't expect to uncover another crime that looks like it's been taking place in the very same room. According to the testimony, it's only the meter in Mr. Shamspear's room that's under suspicion. It does seem as though perhaps it has nothing to do with the incident involving Mr. Natsume. I know it does seem that way, but the fact is, since I've been practicing law in England, I feel like I've encountered this at least once already. Where the other case somehow connects? Cases that are interlinked. Oh? It might seem that two cases have nothing to do with one another at first, but in fact they're intimately connected. Yes, we have experienced that before, haven't we? I wonder if this is another instance. Dude is making a lot of good glasses and spilling good wine. That should be fine. Or that should be a crime. Yeah, definitely. Especially for the fact he also throws a wine bottle over his head too. Like, they could have hit somebody. He does that all the time. Please forgive me for my discourtesy of wasting wine. Perhaps, but we can't be sure of that yet. If the Ultimate Gas Company has been investigating Mr. Shamspear so earnestly, there must be something to it. But then, how has he been managing to steal their gas? So... I don't think we should show the photo. Even though there's a leak under the gas meter, I don't think people would know what... Oh no, maybe. There's no way to dismantle it. Do we present the photo? Or the soap? Here is the soap. It's missing. The thing is missing. Do we present the photo? It has the leak.
Objection.
No, it's not right. I only have one hit left. So my last is the soap. No, there's no way to dismantle it. What's he say? It could be his statement. It's either the soap or the photo? Should we try the photo in this statement? I only have one hit point left. Well, this is the puddle. So this is clear. It drains from the gas meter. And this is the missing coin thing. But where does he get the soap from? Is there anything else? Do, 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 do. Wait, a medallion?
Objection.
Nope. We fucked it up. So wait, can the gas meter be dismantled? I don't know. Yeah, that's the last hit point. God damn it. Does that mean I have to do this whole thing again? God damn it. Not the whole thing, just the cross-examination. I've seen enough. According to the powers vested in me by Her Majesty the Queen, I declare no further examination necessary. I believe the court has been presented with more than enough evidence to pass judgment. As such, I shall be requesting the final decisions of the members of the jury. Are you all ready, Mr. Foreman? We're all ready, my lord. Very good. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you announce your findings to the court in turn, please.
Guilty.
Guilty. Guilty. Guilty.
Guilty. Guilty.
Mr. Saseki Natsume, in accordance with the findings of this court, I pronounce you guilty. God damn it. That's not what we want. Court is adjourned. Poor Saseki. We'll try from the scene. Yes. Alright, let's have a look. I'm proud to be the company's East End branch investigator, meter money collection agent. Alderman gas meters accept the penny bits, each coin giving customers about 2 hours of gorgeous gas. And yet the meter in Mr. Shamspear's room didn't have a single coin in it. The meter doesn't appear to have been tampered with though, and the collection agent has the only key. Oh wait, I have to press to... hang on. Not soap? Not soap! I suddenly didn't expect to uncover another crime. Blah 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 blah. How has he been managing to steal their gas? Okay, so we're gonna have to... I'm proud to be the company's East End branch investigator.
Hold it!
So we need to get the gas meter back. At least we got all my 5 hit points back. That I do have to try to catch people when they're in. Then I ask permission to come inside to do my business. Does that mean you've been into Mr. Natsume's room before as well as that of Mr. Shamspear? Well now, interesting you should bring that up, because I couldn't believe how little money was in his meter. I mean, how the pair of them survived the winter is beyond me, it really is. Knowing Mr. Natsume, he probably spends all his gas money on books. And then when he's finished reading them, he probably burns them for warmth. Right, you will kindly reiterate your statement about the gas meters themselves, Mr. Meterman. He never didn't say that before. Not much to say really, but as you wish. Ornament gas meters accept the penny bits, each coin given... Oh, he did say that, okay. So all London houses that have a gas supply are fitted with these gas meters, are they? They're the latest model, the height of technology developed by our company at Ultimate Gas. And anyone who uses our gas will have one of these meters in their property, yes. So for 3 pence a coin gives 2 hours of gas, most people would use about 3 coins in a night. A bit more than that usually, if they have both gas lights and a gas stove, that is. Thinking about it, Saseki-san doesn't have a fireplace in that room of his, does he? Some people still choose to use candles, of course, and only have gas for heating. Oh, yes, I do remember seeing candles in Mr. Natsume's room, actually. And how does the money in the meter get back to you at the gas company? Every 3 days, gasmen like me visit properties on the gas supply and empty the meters of coins. I must say, the design and manufacture of the new meter cost the company an awful lot of money. But happily, it did put a stop to people not paying their dues, for the most part. Ah, because they have to pay in advance, you mean? Yes, exactly right. And yet the meter in Mr. Shamspear's room didn't have a single coin in it. Oh, the fuck! I forgot to press her.
Hold it!
There's only one key for all of your meters? Well, in truth, there's another key in the company vault at our main office. But even if someone had somehow managed to get hold of a key, we'd know if the coin box had been opened. Oh, how? I came up with a rather clever way to expose any little shenanigans as it happens. Would you care to explain? I don't think we pressed her on this statement. In order to empty a meter, you have to unlock the padlock and remove the cover. And when I close the cover again, I stick a little beeswax seal on it to see. A seal? Like the sort of thing you put on an envelope, you mean? Something like that, yes. Basically, you can't remove the cover again without breaking the seal. Now, in the case of Mr. Shamspear's meter, there were no coins inside at all, as I said. But the seal hadn't been broken either. So that would mean Mr. Shamspear somehow managed to steal coins from inside the meter without opening it. It would seem so, but that would be impossible. All right, brain fart. We need to press the other statement so we could get the gas meter. I'm such an idiot. How do you know that he's been using gas, though? Well, now, since I started investigating this bloke, I've been to his room more than a few times. And on every single occasion, his lamps have been blazing and his stove pounding. It's the middle of winter and he still turns to me, sweat dripping down his cheek, and says... You get thee to a nunnery. I don't know why that made me laugh. Hamlet indeed. I could wring the bloke's neck. I get all hot under the collar, but still, every time I open up that flaming meter, it's empty. He's robbing me on my salary too. What's wrong with the world? Where's the justice? But how can Mr. Shakespeare possibly be stealing the money? I don't understand. The simple explanation is right before your eyes. What? A toast to you eventually realizing that the gasman could be an accomplice. You what? Good lord, eminently plausible indeed. Well, what do you have to say for yourself? Oh, please, Lady Quimby, I'm a faithful worker. And besides, if the money us the gasmen collect doesn't tally with how much gas has been used, you doc are paid by the same amount. So you'll be stealing money only to have the same amount taken from your wages. Clearly that makes no sense. Perhaps it's a case of losing the battle to win the war? No, I'm not gonna stir up the hornet's nest. If I went stealing from the company, I'll be finished. Did you click to show what they say about the missing link? I think I did, but I'll definitely do it again. It would seem there is no evidence to support the claims of thievery made against the victim, because Mr. William Shakespeare is innocent. Pray forgive me if that shatters some illusion my learned Nipponese friends was clearly under. Ugh. I certainly didn't expect to uncover another blah 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 blah. Two cases are interlinked. In fact, this would be a good time to click that missing coinage thing. Oh wait, there's people. This is a lot of people. Oh, I did click on this. What did they say? Oh, what is it, Mr. Naruhodo? This bar of soap. When we first found it, I could have sworn there was some sort of round disc in this depression just here, a reddish one. Yes, you're right. I remember it too. And now the depression is completely empty. Where could the disc have gone? Right, we need to get that gas meter. Out of interest, how long has this been going on? Weeks and weeks. He's been pinching gas off us for ages. And you've examined the meter in Mr. Shakespeare's room, I take it. Naturally. We took it off the wall and went over it with a fine tooth comb. I found nothing suspicious at all, I presume. No, I'm afraid we didn't. This was hard. Which is exactly why I demanded a new type of meter to be produced. One with an indestructible lock. The Shakespeare Special. Can we get the gas meter, please? But even after all that, the rascal's meter was still empty. I'll never forget the humiliation. When I opened up the money box and found it bare. You what, I said, you what? And the look on his face, that smarmy smile of his. I pulled the meter straight off the wall and took it back to the office. But you know what? Nothing. Not a trace of it being jemmied open anywhere. Not a single sign. And what's happening to my salary as a result? Down by 3 shillings a day. That's what? That's a lot. Okay, so here is the meter. This is the very meter. So let's have a look at it. Maybe I missed something? So this is the hole. Not a very neat hole, is it? Not professionally made, I'd say. So you think it might have been opened up by Mr. Shamspear? Possibly. It seems the people at Alderman Gas must have missed it. Well, it certainly seems to go all the way through to the inside. Yeah, but there's no way a coin could fit through there. That's true, but even so, it seems more than a little suspicious. And the money box is sealed with beeswax too. So Mr. Shobbs would to get up and he missed. Mistress of that kind. It's understandable that the gas company would want to safeguard the money that's rightfully theirs. But it does feel a little over the top perhaps, doesn't it? So I can't look at the padlock again? That's the hole. We click the hole. Okay. So, coin size. Let's have a look. No. It won't let me select it. It's still got a tick on it. Well, it does appear to be tampered with. We'll still present the gas meter to her. To tell her. Yes, she mentioned coin size, didn't she? You say we should present the soap that has the indent on it when she said something about the coin size? I should definitely do that. Sorry, I got a cough for some odd reason. It's definitely worth a shot because I haven't done that. Because you clearly can't tampered with the... Not tampered. You clearly can't dismantle the gas box. So we'll ask her about this different coin sizes, the shape and size, and show the soap to her. It's tiny. You could get a farthing through that. Lady Ornament, I wonder if you could give the court some more details about your meter design. What sort of details? What I specifically like to know is differentiates coins, because she did say something about shapes and size. And we did ask her if it could detect the same shape and size from other things, thinking it's a coin. What do you mean? Well, for example, if someone were to put in a 1 penny coin, that wouldn't work, presumably, would it? No, of course not. So, well, how does the meter know that the coin it's been fed is a threepenny bit? Ah, I see what you're getting at now. The meter tells coins apart by their shape and size, which includes their thickness. A threepenny bit is about 3/4 of an inch in diameter, you see. Other coins just won't fit. I think I had to select the dent of the soap after that statement. Because if I actually started to remember there is no tick. The meter is designed for coins the exact diameter and thickness for threepenny. Nothing else will fit. So let's have a look at the soap now. Ah, there's no tick now. Oh, look at this bar of soap. There's a circular depression on this side, about 2 centimeters across, or 3/4 of an inch. Ah, do you think? We did find this soap at the scene, didn't we? Yes, there were 2 bars on that little ledge just outside the window, so we took this one. But I'm sure that when we first found it, there was some sort of reddish medallion in the middle there. I remember it clearly. Yes, but there's no sign of it now. Where could it have gone? Where could it have gone indeed? But we're still going to present it. Yes! Let me just confirm something here. If the diameter and thickness were to be correct, the meter would accept any object as if it were a threepenny bit. Is that correct? Yes, that is correct. Well, by something of a coincidence, while we were investigating in Mr. Shamspeare's room, we found a particular item that matches the dimensions perfectly. Something the same size as a threepenny bit? What was it? The item in question is this. Have you been inhaling gas as a bar of soap? It certainly looks nothing like a threepenny bit, I must say. It looks like I'm going to have to point out exactly what I mean here. Is this part here. That's a funny one. Ah! I didn't mean to click it. I meant to press ah! And it would say almost 3/4 of an inch in diameter. I know it is! Let me present it! You have to turn over the soap to see what I mean. Are you referring to that round depression in the middle of the soap there? That's right, a depression that's approximately 3/4 of an inch in diameter. Or in other words, almost exactly the same size as a threepenny bit. Get away! Does anyone here have in their possession a threepenny bit? Quickly now, hand over your coins, ladies and gentlemen. It sounds sort of like a highway robbery, doesn't it? Thanks to a kind member of the public in the gallery, I have here a threepenny bit. Now, to see if it fits. It fits! My word, it couldn't be more snug! Yes, as I suspected. thus, without a doubt, is a vital clue to explain how the ultimate gas company is being defrauded. Oh, I don't believe it. I love that she's dressed as a bee. So, your assertion amounts to what? That some inferior bar of soap has a tentative connection to the theft of gas? Yes. The depression in the soap was clearly made by a threepenny bit. I must concur at least that pushing a coin with some force into a poor quality bar of soap such as this is a remarkably simple way of replicating the coin's shape. And then you could use, well, some melted wax or something to pour into the mold. Oh, he's clever. You can make fake coins in no time. Oh, he's gone quiet. This brings all the pieces of the puzzle together. It's the method Mr. Shamspeare has been using to steal the gas. That's the missing link. And now, if I follow the chain of thought, it's going to bring me to a new explanation for what happened that nobody's considered yet. But this is all nonsense. If the man had been making fake coins, my worker here would have found them when he emptied the meter. Quite true, Lady Altamont, in the absence of some black magic that could make them disappear. I see. That's what we're dealing with, is it? There is one form of black magic that could cause the fake coins to disappear into thin air. Yes. Exactly. And the meter here gives it away. What on earth? Go, Runescape. There are remnants of the magical method used visible on the gas meter taken from the victim's room. If that is your assertion, Counsel, the defense will identify these remnants for the court at once. Where on the meter can the remnants of the method used to make the fake coins disappear be seen? Wait, on the meter? The hole? Wait. No. It melts. It melts. It melts. Can I see the photo? Luckily we have 5 shots, so it's not too bad. Might be the pipes to melt it. Where on the meter can the remnants of the method used to make the fake coins disappear be seen? The hole! It drains through the hole! Or is it talking about being melted? I am so confused. It must be the hull, surely. Where else would it be? That's where it's draining. Yeah, the hull. That's what I thought. We found this bar of soap at the scene of the crime, just outside the victim's window. Outside? Yes, outside, where you yourself, Mr. Metterman, were loitering in the freezing winter air. That's where we found this soap. I get it! That's right, the answer, of course, is ice. Wait, what? Ice? Wait, what? Did you say ice? Yeah, ice? What the fuck? Wait, we didn't think that. Mr. Shamspeare has been leaving soaps like this outside his window each evening, filled with water. After a night outside in the bitter cold, the water is completely frozen solid the next morning. Oh shit! Then he takes his fake coins of ice and feeds them into the gas meter, giving him light and warmth in spades. Is he making fake coins out of ice and it melts? Wow, I know. That's a mad respect. You can't hate the guy for being that clever. And I presume because it's near the stove where the fire is, it melts inside the gas meter. Wow! As his room becomes very comfortably warm, the ice now inside the meter's coin box melts, turning back into water and draining harmlessly away through the small hole made in the underside of the meter. That is how, without leaving any evidence of his wrongdoing, this man has been stealing ultimate gas. Fucking hell! I see everyone's got quiet. Just like that. So simply. Maybe you need to redesign your gas meter. Is he trying to make us look like idiots? I think it's just very, very clever. He's been fooling us all with some bars of soap and some water. That's right, madame. I don't believe it. It can't be true. Do you have any idea how much money we spent to develop that new meter? And now you have the audacity to suggest that a bit of soap and some water can render it totally useless? I'm fairly sure I didn't design it. Evidence! Sorry? I want evidence. If you're going to stand there and tell me our meters are rubbish, I want to see proof. The photo. It has a puddle. She's very good at enforcing accountability, isn't she? That's probably what makes her queen. Very well, Lady Ultimate. If you like evidence, I'll provide it. What? Mr. Naruhodo, are you saying you do actually have evidence to support this theory? We do. I did notice a trace of something that bothered me a little at the time. And I have a feeling that this theory we've come up with now could explain it. The piece of evidence that substantiates the theory about how Mr. Shamspeare has been stealing gas is the photo. Boom! This is a photograph of the scene at the point when the victim was discovered, taken by Inspector Gregson. And it clearly shows the remnants of the crime carried out by Mr. Shamspeare. What remnants? Here you can see the gas meter on the wall in Mr. Shamspeare's room. Now, look closely at the floorboards directly underneath the meter. What? What is that? Some kind of grubby stain. Almost certainly it's a water stain resulting from the liquid that drained out of the hole made in the meter. If one coin gives around 2 hours of gas usage, and the occupant was heating his room in all his waking hours, we can imagine he would have used around 10 of his fake coins each day. The melting ice inside the meter's coin box would have been dripping out almost constantly, leaving a stain on the floor. This is awful. And there's further evidence too. Wait, what? There is? Where? Mr. Shamspeare is slumped over his table, apparently having consumed strychnine. And right there next to him is a bar of soap broken in half to get the coin out. You're right. It would appear to me then, Counsel. I would like don't know how does all of this have anything to do with strychnine. That the man was eating the soap, was he? No. Pardon me for disagreeing with your lordship, but certainly not. He didn't beat around about the bush there, did he? Why did everyone think that he eats soap? In truth, Mr. Shakespeare was found with a fork in his hand. A meal of soap is sounding increasingly likely. You mean to say he was using that fork to... Yes. To extract the frozen coin from the bar of soap. Ah, but the bar broke in half. So perhaps it didn't go very well. Good gracious. I'm surprised Shakespeare didn't, you know, speak up. No. Lord Van Zeeks. I was throwing my hand up in despair and happened to catch my hollowed bottle on the way. Pray forgive my maladroit mistake. He always does that when he's mad. He always throws his wine bottles and his wine chalice. What is the meaning of this council? Allow me to pose my learned friend a question. What exactly did you establish with your most recent cross-examination? Well... that Mr. William Shakespeare is a liar and a thief. In other words, that his testimony is unreliable. That's it. That's exactly it. Yeah. Good say, Susato. Very well. Let us assume the man is a liar. Now allow me to pose another question. What possible difference does that make? Well, we know that suicide can be discounted. Scotland Yard's investigation revealed no sign of another vessel that contained poison. And on the night in question, there were no visitors to the room except the accused. The young gasman's testimony, which we have no reason to doubt, has confirmed that. Furthermore, the only possible way the poison could have entered the victim's body is via the tea. The court has seen no evidence whatsoever that suggests otherwise. Even if William Shakespeare is the liar you claim him to be, these facts have been objectively established. There's no escaping it. Well, fuck. Therefore, in light of these facts, the prosecution calls for immediate adjudication. Well, fuck. This dude. Order, order. Well, counsel, how does the defense respond? Mr. Naruhodo. What was the point of that last cross-examination? Did it actually get us anywhere? Or did it make no difference at all, like Lord Van Zeeks is saying? I need to look at the court records. I got no idea. I don't know. No, we'll raise objection. We're going to raise an objection. We're not afraid. No, this isn't over. The defense will not rest. Yeah. What? But counsel, you've successfully explained everything. You've identified and substantiated this unscrupulous method employed by Mr. Shakespeare to consume gas. What more is there to discuss? Lord Verzies just highlighted 3 facts in order to make his point. But contrary to what he would have the court believe, not all of them have been objectively established at all. What are you trying to say, my Nipponese friend? At least one of those so-called facts is an assumption made due to a lack of evidence. But the situation has changed now following the cross-examination of the latest witnesses to take the stand. Don't be absurd. What is this nonsense? Yes, when you bring everything we've learned so far together and consider it as a whole, it's clear. There's a question that we now need to reconsider, namely... Was the poison in the tea? Oh, shit. Luckily, we still got 5 shots. I'm amazed. I don't think there was another visitor because he locked the door. Was someone else responsible? That is also a possibility. But my main question is, was the poison in the tea? Because it sounds to me like the poison could be anywhere. It could be in the kettle. It could have been in the water. It could have been in the teacups. It could be anywhere. It could be in a gas. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think we need to ask the question, was the poison in the tea? Because for some odd reason, Gregson says they can't get a... Yeah, what's the poison in the tea? Because for some odd reason, Gregson says, oh, we can't get some evidence from the teacup, but because we just need a dropper, blah, blah, blah. We've all been led to believe that the strychnine poison that afflicted Mr. Shamspeare was in the tea brought to him by Mr. Natsume, but that's conjecture at best.
Objection.
The victim has testified that nothing else passed his lips that night. There is no other possibility. Sorry, for some odd reason, my throat keeps getting coughs. There is no other possibility. And since there was no trace of the tea left at the scene, it couldn't be tested for traces of the poison.
Objection.
As I said, the situation has changed, because in fact, some of Mr. Natsume's tea was left at the scene. And a particular piece of evidence proves it. Yeah. A ludicrous claim. Scotland Yard detectives investigated the scene exhaustively. What evidence are you suggesting they missed? The defense has made a bold claim indeed. Very well, counsel. Present your proof. The teacups.
Take that.
What exactly is this piece of evidence supposed to reveal about this tea, counsel? Oh, wait, not the teacups! But it has tea stain on the teacup. What? Okay, so it might be the water. Soap on the window? Yep. Let's try the soap then. We still got 4 more shots.
Take that.
Good gracious. Wait, is he saying that he put the fork that he used to cut the soap open to stir it in his tea? Good gracious. The soap again? The same bar the victim used to fashion his coins of ice? Yes, that's right, my lord. It's just come back to me. Something about when we first found this bar of soap at the scene yesterday. It's more bars of soap. More bars of soap. It's all about the soap. Soap? What are bars of soap doing lined up on a ledge outside the window? I'm quite certain that when we originally stumbled upon the bars of soap, there was actually a frozen coin in each bar. So you discovered the gas thief's coin factory. Fascinating. In a way, yes, but there's more. The coins we found in the soap at the time weren't normal ice. There was something strange about them, you mean? Exactly. Something very obviously strange. They were red. Oh yeah, they were! They were red! I forgot about that! The ice was red? No, you mean... The ice was red? I forgot about that! Welcome back, Toads Adorbs! How are you doing, lovely? That's right, it's obvious to me now. The fake coins in the soap were made from frozen tea. Wait, what? Wait, what? I would remind the court of a statement made by Mr. Natsume earlier in this trial. That evening, yes, I did take some freshly brewed tea with me when I visited Mr. Shamspeare's room as a gift. The public water pump outside always freezes at night, so I bought bottled water especially to make it. And this is the result. Never will I touch tea again. Never! Ah, yes, I believe there had been a snowfall that day. It was particularly cold. Sadly, on such occasions, the poorly constructed water mains in the East End are prone to freezing. So on the night in question, Mr. Shakespeare, having no running water to use, was forced to use the tea bought by Mr. Natsume in order to make his fake coins. My word! There were 2 bars of soap on the window ledge when my judicial assistant and I investigated the scene. That's right, and we only borrowed one of them. Which means that even as we speak, some of the defendant's tea is still present at the scene of the crime. Frozen solid in a bar of soap outside Mr. Shakespeare's window. Extraordinary shit! Earlier today, Inspector Gregson informed the court that if even one drop of the tea remained, Scotland Yard would be able to analyse it for poison. As such, we are now in a position to prove or disprove what has, until now, been mere conjecture. By finding out for sure whether or not Mr. Natsume's tea actually contained strychnine at all, and if not, where did the strychnine come from? You smug Nipponese. My lord, we cannot do the defendant the injustice of passing judgment now. The police should be dispatched to recover the remaining bar of soap from the scene at once. And the defense requests a thorough analysis of the frozen tea embedded in it to determine whether or not it contains any poison. Bailiff, instruct the police to attend the scene at once. Yes, my lord, understood. Well, fuck. It would seem we have no choice but to suspend these proceedings for the time being. I trust you have no objection, Lord Van Zeeks. None, my lord. Scotland Yard will recover the tea from the scene and carry out the requisite tests immediately. The trial will resume at the same hour tomorrow. The prosecution and defense may conduct further investigations as appropriate in the interim. Yes, my lord. Oh, you can relax now, Inosuke. Well, that was a rough ride. We managed to scrape through there somehow. You always do. Thank you, councils. Court is adjourned until tomorrow. Woo! I think this is a great end of the stream right there. Jesus! I forgot that I forgot the coins were red. Ah. Let me override that. Anyway, we'll pick this up tomorrow. Is this the investigation? Yes, it looks like there'll be another investigation. Holy shit. Well then. Well, I forgot the coins were red. Well, we'll pick it up from where we left off. Let me... tomorrow around the same time. Katzen is in DDLV. Nice. I will definitely go up to a stream in Raider. Let me just put on some musics. Let me have a double check and make sure she's not like ending the stream. But yes, thank you ever so much for joining me in my stream. I do hope that you guys have very much enjoyed it. She's still streaming, it looks like. I'll give her a raid. Definitely. But yes, thank you ever so much for joining me in my stream. I very much appreciate it. We shall continue with Great Ace Attorney Chronicles tomorrow. Hopefully we'll be able to do the investigation. And then on Sunday, I'm thinking of doing something chill. Either play Coral Island, which I haven't played in for a very, very long time, or Sims 1. We'll see how I feel on Sunday. But anyways, if you're interested tomorrow, do come by and say hi. I greatly appreciate you, lovelies. And anyway, guys, DDLV2. DDLV's update isn't until around Valentine's Day. I just saw the tweet from the official Disney Dreamlight Valley's Twitter page, and the next update isn't until for a few weeks, which I presume is around Valentine's Day. So I won't be able to stream it until then, because I've already caught up with the update. But yes, definitely. Once the update comes up, I cannot wait. But yes. Anyway, guys, do take care. Do make sure you give Katzen all the love. And yes, I shall see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.